You're probably going to be right out of camera frame when you're sitting there. The other side of the microphones. Oh, hello and welcome to What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am him, and we are getting situated here, recording live in Dallas, Texas for a live stream watch party of the Monday Night Football game. Sync up with us at home. We just missed the Kansas City Chiefs basically go 3-and-out, kick a bad punt. Here we are. There's rain on the field. There's rain on the camera lens. Sync up with us at home. We'll tell you when this next snap is away. There's 13:31 on the clock. The sexiest man on the planet is about to grip that ball. Jalen Hurts is about to get under his carriage.
Did you take that from someone?
No.
Good job, buddy. That's a good one.
That's in-house.
I like that one.
And the snap is away. The handoff is to Swift. Swift did offer Miss Taylor Swift a jersey since she is, in fact, an Eagles fan. Got Ryan Perrio sitting to my right. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm not sure if that's rain on the camera or cowboy tears because they won't be able to beat either of these teams.
Yes, I tend to agree with you. Mr. Boston trying to avoid the cords actually today. He did explode our audio last live stream that we had, which of course was our second most viewed, so a lot of people saw it. Good news. Jalen Hurts in shotgun. The snap is away. The handoff goes to Swift again, and he gets munched up pretty quickly. They are almost to midfield. 12, 41, 40, 39 on the play clock if you're trying to sync up with us at home. To my left, Mr. Guy Pearty. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm fired up, baby. This is it's going to be a second successful podcast appearance. The Browns got it done a little over a week ago. Mm-hmm. Audio good.
They can hear us, which is always good news.
Awesome.
Master Miles France is back again, joining us on the casting couch. Ryan, they can see. Let me point the camera. Or are you going to sit right here?
I'm going to come in on Ryan's side.
Okay, beautiful. I'm going to tilt the camera.
He's in trouble.
Avoid a couple of rushers, and he's going to get hit. And he's going to go down on the 39-yard line. That'll be 2 consecutive 3-and-outs on a game we would all love to assume would be a shootout, but you don't always get what you want. And it is prime time. It is under season when it is prime time. And it's starting to look that way already. The Eagles will be out without Dallas Goedert for their first full game. He got hurt last week, right? Was when he hurt his arm?
I did not know.
And
It was a bye week last week, so yeah.
That's right.
It was the Cowboys game where he got tackled, stiff arming somebody, and they grabbed his elbow. And I think
a hip drop tackle claims another one. They just call every tackle that has an injury now. They call it a hip drop.
I've never heard of that before. Like 5 years ago,
it literally just got made up.
They stole it from pro wrestling. It's been around for a while.
It's a pro wrestling. That's exactly right. Miles Francis, good to have you back on the casting couch. Back from the Windy City of Chicago. How was your trip, buddy?
It's good, dude. It was a fun time. Highlight I told you off air, but I just so happened to be in town while the Bears are playing Thursday night football against one of the only teams they might actually have a chance to beat. So I went to a rowdy dive bar and watched the game there, and it did not disappoint. When they checked my ID right off the bat, I told them, they're like, oh, Texas. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to watch the Bears with you all. They're like, you didn't have to travel across the country to watch the Bears lose. Which you got to love a self-hating fandom, as we've talked about, way more respectable than the, it's our year every year type. I don't know what team that is, but
The Cowboys.
Bing, bing, bing.
oh, is that what it was? I just didn't want to have to be the one to say it.
Yep.
You can take that heat.
But also a lot of fan bases. Who do you think is a more undeservingly so confident fan base other than the Cowboys?
Not undeservingly so. I was going to say the Chiefs, but
But they deserve
Yeah,
it. That's what I'm
they
saying.
literally just won.
that doesn't mean they're not annoying, though.
There's so much.
It's the Raiders. The Raiders are terrible,
that is a good one.
and they have an insane fandom.
It's always their year. I guess for the same reason the Cowboys can talk themselves into it, they got pieces. It just doesn't seem to work. But their season's not over.
It's really just because they're the easiest to color coordinate with.
The black and silver and the blue and silver is a good
Maybe
one.
Vikings, especially since it's Vikings fans, I'd say.
Vikings fans would be a good
Especially
one.
of lately.
Although I know a Vikings fan, and he was not super confident leading into this year. And I feel like
What about Steelers?
Yes.
That's it.
See, I disagree with you. I give you pushback on that one because the Steelers have a diehard fan base through thick and thin. From a small town, or at least it feels like that old school Northeast style of fandom. Dallas and Las Vegas both are just people that fly in for the games, fly out for the games. They're those yellow towels were white. They're just that old. That's how long they've been fans.
They're just piss stained because of their stupid fan base peeing on them because they have to wear diapers. I don't know. I hate Steelers fans. Anyways.
It just seems like they're always optimistic. Tomlin's a great coach, don't get me wrong, but it's always
Ooh, and it is raining. And I think, do we have the families together, or is it just Donna Kelsey? I heard that Taylor Swift had to readjust her schedule, so she's not going to be here.
Bro, she had a tragedy occur.
Their parents were supposed to meet. Well, let's hear about the tragedy in 1 second. Handoff up the middle. Gain of 3 on the play. Pacheco on the carry. What's the latest on the Swift saga?
Really
Miles?
sad situation in Rio de Janeiro. Extraordinarily hot concert 2-3 nights ago. You can tell by looking at the videos that there's started to be panic a little bit because of just how hot it was, and Taylor was interrupting her show to throw water out and shit.
Wow.
We'll continue after your next play.
Brilliantly done, Miles, staying focused on the task at hand and providing us stories. Handoff goes to Pacheco. He bounces out to the right. A big carry past the 40 to the 45. Gain of 20 on the play. So someone died of heat exhaustion.
Literally, someone died of heat exhaustion while she was on stage. And it turns out it's one of those situations where the facility just really didn't do a good job being a guest in Brazil. But rumors are that they actually had the ventilation system closed off because they didn't want people peeking in from the outside without
Jesus
a ticket.
Christ.
Somebody did in fact die.
Because they were really having trouble moving those tickets, right? God forbid,
exactly.
God forbid someone's
Not like everyone they could sell didn't get sold
peeking
already.
for free. Handoff again up the middle. This time to Kadarius Toney, and he gains 15 on the play. The Chiefs are a moving, boys.
Yeah, they're cooking right now.
Does anyone run angrier than Isaiah Pacheco? He looks like a little kid that puts his head down he's ooh, you ever see a kid?
Yeah, trying to get the
He runs
class.
hard.
He looks like he's trying under a wall.
Yeah. He looks like the ground used to bully him, and now he's trying to hurt the ground with every step.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a better example other than Pacheco, and I can't. Not one is coming to mind.
He looks
Not
like
one.
his helmet's not on right.
Yeah, his head's too big. Motion screen to the right, number 12. No clue who that guy is.
Is that Miko Hardman?
That is Mecole Hardman.
Whoa.
First reception for the game. Was,
Welcome
I
back.
believe, an off-season acquisition for the Chiefs here. 5th season in the league, Mecole Hardman.
Really?
Got a trade here from the Jets on October 18th. So they traded for him to come back to the Chiefs, I guess, because a lot of their weapons weren't as reliable as.
Come on home, the Chiefs said.
Who
We'll
has
take
the
anybody.
bigger advantage in the rain? I would think Philadelphia actually.
Snap is
rainier
away
cities, right?
again. The angriest one. Oh,
Man.
and he gets absolutely munched up in the backfield. Williams on the tackle.
Somebody had enough of the Ajay Pacheco runs there.
Yeah, dude. 93 came in there like a freight train for sure.
Milton Williams, third year out of Louisiana Tech. They are deep in that defensive tackle room. Can be anybody makes a big play for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it only takes one, 3rd and 7. Travis Kelce goes in motion. Mom watching. Girlfriend, maybe not. Patrick Mahomes drops back, throws over the middle. Pass is caught by Kadarius Toney. Are they going to give him the first down?
It looked like he had it, honestly.
Looks like the referee is drunk because when he first started running, he was behind the line. Then he ran past the line and then behind the line again. Looks like they're going to give him. They're going to call a timeout and get the chains out there. Looks like a first down to me,
pretty easily.
based on where the yellow line is, at least.
How angry you have to be as a DB when you do everything right and you just basically just help keep the ball in.
Close.
Because if he had just gone higher, that might have slipped through Kadarius Toney's hands.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he
just
gave him
because
the
of
clinch.
the ball position because he was in front of the ball in
yeah.
yard line.
That looks
Yeah,
good.
they got it.
That's going to be an easy.
So based on the spot, they gave him about a half a ball to
Spike
far.
that little first down marker too. With a little sass on that.
Dude, you only
Like
get so
Baker
much
Mayfield.
TV time as a chain gang guy. You gotta make your moments
He
count.
maximized it.
Yeah.
He was trying to look like that Vietnam or Japan memorial statue.
Yeah, where they're raising the flag ceremoniously. Yeah, that was a favorable spot. I still think he got it. Either way, it's 1st and 10 for the Chiefs.
2 big plays for Kadarius Toney, which might be the first time we've said that all year.
I was about to say the best game he's ever had as a
Lots of flags.
NFL player. Looked like a offsides. Just got off a little bit early.
Neutral zone infraction.
That one's so weird too because I always remember because I was an offensive lineman growing up that the defense could always set back.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're playing, I mean they could still kind of.
They can cross the line as long as they get back before the ball
Yeah.
snaps.
But
Exactly,
they
but
were
now
unabated.
They're really kind of cutting from that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Josh Sweat was the one to jump off sides
Big trade
again.
from Washington? Where did he come from?
Tight ends in
Florida
motion.
State.
Montez Sweat.
Oh, gotcha.
Screen pass to my favorite player, Rashee Rice, and he makes a guy miss. Every time that guy has the ball in his hands, it's electric. And I just wish they got him the ball a little bit more.
Wasn't he from SMU? Or
SMU, yeah, local kid. Old man coming out of college. I believe he's 24, 25 in his rookie season.
Missed tackle.
Oh, he just made him miss. He's impossible to tackle, Rashee Rice, in open space like that.
Darius Slay on him too.
Yeah,
what you do when things are wet, you put it in rice.
Kadarius
He's
Slay.
out there saving iPhones, dude.
Slippery out there.
Saving iPhones and getting first downs.
He is you break I fix.
Motion, Mecole Hardman. Handoff
Oh, he runs into his own
And
goes
79 standing there like,
and
dude,
Kadarius Toney,
dude.
and Kadarius
I'm on
Toney,
your
not
team.
surprisingly, comes crashing back.
Donovan Smith, the left tackle there for the Chiefs, looked so disappointed in the fact that they were handing the ball off to Kadarius Toney to begin with, especially with, like we said, a couple of good running backs they already have. Maybe leave that to
Yeah, he was just. It was like your little brother running into you and bouncing off of you, and he's just disappointed. Like, dude, I didn't move.
That needs some Benny Hill music played on it for a clip later this week. Yeah.
Maybe Donovan Smith got blinded by the bling in the teeth.
handoff goes to Pacheco.
Good cut.
And guess what? It goes well.
Hates that.
Down to the 3.
Down to the 3-yard line will be 3rd and goal for the Chiefs, looking to score first in this Monday Night Football matchup of last year's Super Bowl. Maybe a preview of this year's Super Bowl.
I wonder if you know who Isaiah Pacheco remind me of?
Who?
The T2 guy, like the way he runs through the ball parking lot, like that's how he runs, like the guy, like he's chasing down John Connor.
High
Does he have a
knees.
grill or anything? Because it'd be like kind of like the same reflective material.
No, that's
He runs like a
Kadarius.
That's Kadarius
costume,
Toney.
like, Chance of meatballs.
Patrick Mahomes gets the snap. Motion, not open. He steps up in the pocket. He jump throws to
Wow. Bell?
Noah Gray.
Noah Gray.
No.
Justin Watson.
Justin Watson with a Y. I believe his first touchdown of the season, if I'm not mistaken. If that is the case, good for him.
And that's what's amazing and also so shitty about the Chiefs, fantasy-wise, is you never know where that touchdown is going to go.
That's why you pick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good quarterback for sure. But
If you're ever really in need and you're on the waiver wire, Jerick McKinnon is always okay of a pick for a flex.
Yeah, I really like the Chiefs running backs in best ball. Specifically like the later round guys like CEH. He's fallen into the end zone a few times, and in best ball, you don't have to guess when that's going to happen.
right, it just happens. It happens. You get the credit for it.
Same thing with Rashee Rice, a guy you're just going to get a good value at.
He's somebody that I had actually drafted
Ooh.
in our keeper league, and I thought he'd be a great sleeper hit for this time of the season. Might still be, but I have gotten rid of him before he's paid off. Because, again, they just spread it around too much.
A little bit inconsistent. Rashee Rice, I think you're super pumped to have him in Dynasty. Maybe not super pumped to have him in redraft at least this season.
Yeah, not yet.
Maybe next year he'll be for sure on everyone's list to be a breakout second-year wide receiver, because that's usually when wide receivers break out is the second year. Keep answering.
Sure. It's sophomore season is usually not the sophomore slump for the NFL.
Well, when you got Patrick Mahomes throwing you the ball, it can definitely help your learning curve.
For sure, dude.
An elite quarterback.
It's the opposite of what's happening to the Bengals crew right now.
Yeah.
They're just like,
You look at the
poses another
Jets.
question. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
Because you look at the Jets, and Aaron Rodgers could make that team a Super Bowl contender, and you take him away, and absolutely no quarterback seems to be able to throw a pass to them. Not to throw too much shade on Zach Wilson, but it's just night and day.
I think we're pretty down on Zach Wilson.
I was about to say Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee just buried Zach Wilson, and Pat McAfee is like the most positive sports commentator of all time. That's why he has so many other people on the panel, so he doesn't have to say that this guy fucking
He doesn't want to be
sucks.
the hatchet man.
Yeah, Boston Connor can say it, or Ty Schmidt can say it, or even AJ Hawk will say it. It's very rare that Pat McAfee buries someone like he buried Zach Wilson on the show today, and that is damning.
I will say, watching the game yesterday afternoon, that I think the biggest thing I think ex-players have with him is the way he handles mistakes. Like he just like he's like a kid that's like, it's like a teammate that's like screwed the game for just like you know he did it on purpose, but you can't say it.
Yeah,
It feels like that. It feels like there's there's no accountability when it comes to him. That's I think his biggest misstep in his pro career thus far is that he's never taken accountability for a bad game. He just kind of
shrugs it off.
Yeah,
pushes the blame off. That's what Pat even said today, because last season he was asked if it was his fault they were losing, and he was like, no, and he was not playing well.
Yeah, that was the Patriot game where he threw like 3 interceptions.
Yeah, it's like, dude, take some responsibility.
Yeah,
even if it's not your fault, you're the
What
damn.
could you do differently? Nothing. Like he just literally is like, sure, because that ball went to the other guy. You might want to.
Yeah, throw it to your.
Might want to look at the tape again before you answer.
It's so bad, and I hate advanced analytics. I think most of them are bullshit. But I believe a stat that's tracked by GPS and like shoulder chips is separation, and Garrett Wilson is like leading the league in separation this year on routes run, and he's not getting the ball. I think the Jets had a total of like 7 yards from their wide receivers in the game this weekend. Not good.
Can confirm. I have Garrett Wilson.
I have Garrett Wilson too.
Did something happen to Mahomes? I saw when they threw this, like he was in a weird position.
I can't really hear.
Oh, he just kind of airmailed it because I saw he went in the air, and I didn't know if he pulled up lame as he threw the ball. It looks like
he's
fine.
He's gonna put down a horse.
He's looking pretty chill.
Like maybe he twisted the ankle or something like that, and he just couldn't plant.
Hip drop tackle. Watch out. Here we are. Jalen Hurts in shotgun. Snap is away. Play action. Running back's in the block anyway. Rolls out to the right. Throws it deep downfield, and it's caught by Devontae Smith, the Heisman Champion Award winner. That's what it's called, right? The Champion Award winner?
That's what I hear.
I suck at this job. Anyway.
NBC, wait to call a total later in the broadcast.
But I'm getting better. Anyways,
It's okay, buddy. Me, Miles, and TJ and Josh Thorpe spent all day yesterday shitting on me and my podcast production.
Yeah, it was fun.
Brian Cook on the coverage there. 4:54 on the clock. Snap is away. Handoff is up the middle. And he breaks a tackle. Swift spins around and gains about 7 on the play. How are you feeling, actual Eagles fan guy?
I'm feeling pretty good. I actually got the over on this game, so I need to see a lot of scores. I think it's going to be a shootout.
What is the over on this game?
A lot.
I think it's 44, 45, but
wow.
I have a little inside bet at work. It's got to be 56, so
56.
I'm aiming high, yeah.
Whoa.
I think we're going to see a lot of rushes on both sides like we've already seen this
You got a
quarter.
bad number, my friend.
Yeah,
I know.
418 straight up money plus 100.
It's wild.
Even odds?
What's that?
Even odds? You know what that means? That's okay.
I got to say, going into this game, I'll go after.
Snap is away. Swift is in motion. Designed run by Hurts. He gets the first down and he safely slides down to the turf, even though he did get some contact. I believe that was Kelsey, the sexiest man alive, on the pulling move. Was Miles about to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, going into this game, I really felt like the Eagles were the clear stronger team, at least in terms of not showing a lot of weakness this season. Really one of the only teams to not do so far. But what is that going to say to our power rankings tomorrow if the Kansas City Chiefs actually pull this off? Honestly, it's a very chaotic year in terms of trying to keep track of which teams are actually competitive and Super Bowl bound.
And you're kind of forced this time of the season, if you are doing power rankings, to just live week by week, right? Because like the Ravens would have been number 1 and they got taken out
by the Browns. 49ers got taken out by the Browns. Cowboys got taken out by the Cardinals.
Yep. And then in my opinion, Cowboys were never really in the conversation for like top 3 team. But,
fair.
Yeah, it's a messy, sticky situation, especially with the recent injuries. I mean, that knocks the Bengals out of contention with Joe Burrow. In my opinion, the Mark Andrews injury is massively consequential to the Ravens. Like, you can't win with Mark Andrews in the playoffs. You've not been able to, other than one season so far, out of a lot of opportunities with the Ravens. How do you expect Lamar to carry that team with what they got without Mark Andrews? So that's a massive hit to their power rankings, a team that was first place in my power rankings until they lost.
The more I think about the way this season has played out, the more and more I think that the NFL is absolutely scripted. Shout out to James. And what we are going to see is Aaron Rodgers come back, like you called it, week 15 or 16, and he's going to just suddenly be 120% of what he was 2-3 years ago. He's going to turn that Jets completely around, and we're going to see the Jets go to the Super Bowl. It's going to go from Hard Knocks preseason to the Super Bowl postseason, and everybody's going to be talking about how great of a story and anything can happen in the NFL.
Yes, that's a pretty tough injury to fake, an Achilles rupture.
Dude,
even tougher to come back from in the same year. And hats off to him and whoever his recovery team is to get him this far this fast. But
I think he was working with Pfizer for a little bit.
It's gonna be. I don't even know if this can happen because I'm a bigger fan.
Johnson.
Can the Jets play the Chiefs? Because if that's the case, it's gonna be Mr. Pfizer versus the man that was saved by Pfizer.
Yeah.
So Johnson & Johnson owns the Jets. So.
Yeah. That Johnson is the
You guys
Johnson.
are proving my point here, right now.
That owns
Mark
the Jets.
Mark this podcast. They are going to the Super. Aaron Rodgers is going to win this year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, so apparently Aaron Rodgers sent a video of him working out, and from what I understand, it was alarming. Now, a lot of questions have to be answered by Robert Salah if the backup comes in. Zach Wilson officially benched like forever, like he's done in the NFL. We'll see him playing for. We could legitimately be seeing Zach Wilson play for the what's our team?
Renegades.
The Renegades. The XFL champion, reigning, defending Dallas/Arlington Renegades. Anyways, football's back on, so we're going to talk about that. Jalen Hurts is in shotgun. The snap is away. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 2 on the carry. That is Swift again. And now we're seeing Wyatt Kelsey. Great name for a girl. What do you guys think about that name for a girl?
Honestly, I think that's an adorable name for her.
Yeah.
It's fitting. I mean,
She does a better center move than her dad. Like, possession there than her dad does with that 3-point stance. That's a
Looks like those were more pass rush snaps than anything, but maybe we got a powerhouse left end in the Kelsey family coming up. Again, Jalen Hurts in shotgun. Snap is away. Play action again.
oh, they're getting
Rolls out to the right. A lot of pressure.
Nice.
It's caught by Swift. He makes a man miss. There's a flag downfield in the secondary. Could be on the defense, a holding or illegal contact in that neck of the woods.
I'm going to say an eligible man downfield because that play took too long to develop. I could see some offensive linemen leaking out to block for DeAndre Swift.
That felt like a check down more than a screen.
Oh, okay.
Hands to the face on the defense. We were all wrong. So there we go. So we get for guessing. 2:45 on the clock. L'Jarius Sneed on the hands to the face. I'm sure they won't show us a replay. Here we go. So
Jerry Sneed sounds like a
Ooh.
villain from a Disney movie.
So we tried to press A.J. Brown. Hands got a little bit up into the neck region. I've seen that get not called too often this season when it does happen very
But
frequently.
AJ Brown wishes the quarterback had caught that. Hurts got in the ball because he looked like he took that move and went with it. And
He had a lot of separation off that hands to the face. That is for sure. Yeah. A.J. Brown now lined up, appears to be in a bunch formation to the right of Hurts. Swift goes in motion. It'll be a pass play because it's a run play.
Confusing run play. Everyone's confused. The Chiefs
So-
defense, Jamie.
I've been seeing that a lot lately when a quarterback moves his running back to the opposite side, especially when it's the strong side. Almost every time it'll be a pass play because the only reason the quarterback's moving that running back is for pass blocking purposes. Sirianni does a good job of mixing it up there, designing that motion to trick the defense. Jalen Hurts passes over the middle to an open man. Appears to be Smith again. The Heisman Champion Award winner, Devontae Smith, catches the ball as we get towards the end of the first quarter. 1:46.
We need to come up with some sort of contest, and that should be the annual prize, the
Heisman belt.
Champion Award
The
winner.
Award winner.
Heisman belt.
We'll start doing the Heisman Champion Award.
It'll be a
Yeah.
belt.
Undisputed.
It's the undisputed Heisman Award winner.
Yeah, there we go.
The best fan of the podcast, once we get a fan.
Yeah,
They-
the opportunity's open for the first fan.
If you want to be the undisputed, what are we talking about? Championship Heisman Award winner for the year, leave a comment. Handoff to Swift as a fake. Again, rolls out to the right. Jalen Hurts appears to throw it away. He does throw it away. Everyone is covered downfield towards the direction of Devontae Smith, but definitely a throwaway. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
Can I win if I drop a comment?
Nope. You should also speak up because you're like the farthest away from a microphone.
If I drop a comment, can I win?
We didn't say slow down talking, dude. They're not deaf.
If they are, we need to caption these. Ed.
Yeah. 1:11.
Keeping the Dr. Seuss hat alive. I love that.
Me too. Dr. Seuss. I share a birthday with that man.
I remember when that was like the coolest prize at a theme park.
Snap is away. Weird handoff to Swift. He gets the corner.
A trip.
Pancake block.
Oh,
Spin move.
He's been playing that.
Somebody in the booth has the X button pressed on
That's
that.
right, dude.
Oh, mashing the X button. But I hope they showed this block by the sexiest man alive, Jason Kelsey. And they're going to highlight him. Watch this.
He gets downfield and he.
Oh, look
fucking
at that
lays
big man
people
pull
out.
around.
Oh, woo.
Get off
Boy,
now.
oh, boy.
He just starts skipping.
There's a whole reel of 5 minutes of him laying people out after the
Handoff up the middle to Swift. He goes, bounces it out to the right. He's going to get a touchdown.
shootout,
For
baby.
sure.
Big shootout.
Good vision.
Guys needing those points.
It's
So
a
I still
very-
think 56 is a stretch.
It's a
It's
very-
a stretch. It's
The
a
last
stretch.
two runs are a very interesting mesh point. Like they've held that mesh point for an uncomfortable amount of time. If I'm a coach on the sideline watching that, like I am on pins and needles because that's usually when the ball ends up on the ground because they just hold it for just a beat or two longer than everybody else, and it's just making the defense have fits because they're having to hold both players accountable, and they can't, and they're going with Hurts, and it's leaving Swift.
Yeah. Too
Awkward
many weapons.
mechanics, but it's the execution's working. So
Yeah,
Like I said, it's
kick
definitely
is up, and he made it.
Wow.
Bounce it in off the left upright. Game is tied 7-7 with 31 seconds left in the first quarter.
It's like the Chiefs mascot's gonna have to check into the concussion protocol.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to get a game off.
The Chiefs fanatic there.
The Chiefs mascot came to my school when I lived in Kansas. I lived in Topeka briefly during the, I think it was when Montana was in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. Guy, what were you saying earlier?
No, the weather's just starting to prove to be a little bit of a factor early on. I mean, missing PAT attempts and getting.
Bro, I was going to mention that earlier with your over. Like the weather, if anything, I feel like you should have tried to argue for a lower number with the over because of the weather conditions.
Yeah, no, I was stuck in it with my boss, so we'll see how this goes.
We shall see how it goes.
What do we think? Over 5.5 brotherly shoves or under?
Under.
Was it under?
Okay.
Seems like a low-scoring game.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I also, for your sake, I also see a low-scoring game going on tonight, and I just don't see the it seems like the Chiefs are kind of having their way with the running game right now to the point that I don't necessarily think they're going to need the brotherly shove that much, especially as much as like Jason Kelce has pretty openly stated that like he's good with the play because it works, but also it's not his favorite to run because it puts a lot of strain on him.
It's got to be so painful.
He's on the bottom.
He's on the bottom.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's dreadful.
And he's plowing the back of his neck into defensive tackles on that play because his head hit the ball's right here and his head's right there, and he's not lifting it up. He's just
diving in,
just snow plowing.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's literally the wedge in the snowplow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoehorn.
Yeah.
Hit the back of his neck is the wedge of the snow.
Yeah.
Every single time. And he likes it. He's called his own number a couple of times where it'll be like a run. It'll be 4th and an inch. And he doesn't even look at the sideline. He doesn't look at Jalen. He just has this season gone down in his 4-point stance and just waited for everybody to pile around him. What you got there, Mr. Ryan?
Just an old Traveler's grapefruit shandy.
Okay. Interesting.
Fancy.
That does sound pretty fancy. I'm drinking a local brewery here, brewed in Dallas, Texas, a Manhattan Project Peacemaker
Great brewery.
blonde ale.
Great brewery.
So they have these in Costco variety packs, and they have the Pilsner, the blonde ale, and the IPA. I only will drink the IPA until I run out. Might have gotten away with a whole
The
lot.
IPA is actually one of my favorites.
Olamide.
Yes, he did.
The
Pride
Half-Life,
of University of
The
Virginia.
hazy IPA that they do.
the Half-Life, Half-Life Hazy IPA is really, really yummy.
Yeah, one of my
The
favorites.
blonde ale's pretty good. Don't like the Pilsner. So if any of you guys want to drink some Pilsner tonight,
I'll drink one. I'll see it. I don't think I've had it, so I'll at least try it.
I don't know what a Pilsner is, so I'll try it.
it's a beer.
Yeah,
You're drinking a Miller Lite as a Pilsner, so.
that's me. And
Oh.
I think this was a Pilsner.
It is a Pilsner. I thought they are Pilsners. It used to say a Pilsner beer on the front home.
Maybe it did.
No, man, it's the champagne of beer.
That's
the
High
High
Life, dumbass.
Yeah, keep the voice.
I drink
low.
Busch Light.
This is a classy show, bro. Don't insult the champagne of beers.
Football is happening now.
Yep, a fine Pilsner.
Patrick Mahomes hands the ball off to Pacheco. He gets hit in the backfield. He spins to gain the line of scrimmage. My dog is currently attempting to explode our audio again for the second episode in a row.
I think that was another tackle by Williams, yeah. So that's
Looking
the
strong.
second tackle for loss or tackle at the line of scrimmage.
He is certainly having a massive game, and I feel like the Chiefs' defensive line or the Eagles' defensive line is a lot like the Chiefs' running back room and wide receivers and weapons in general as we go to the first quarter. And in the first quarter, you don't know who's going to get it, but somebody's going to get it.
They're
You
all
know,
mythological giants.
Imagine you're a defensive tackle and you're coming out for the draft and you get picked by the Philadelphia Eagles. It's got to be exciting, but also kind of a buzzkill because it's like, yeah, I'm on a good team, but I'm going to play maybe 5 minutes every game.
Honestly,
It's the same
I
thing
mean,
as Dallas
if
tight
you're
ends.
8-1,
Yeah.
and you can just play 5 minutes a game,
Yeah.
and be beneficial for the team, that's a role I would be willing to fill as a defensive tackle, a young defensive tackle coming into the league.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah,
getting it
NFL, he's shouting y'all out. Pick him up.
What's that?
Jamie Jakes is going to be a new nose tackle.
For the Eagles?
For whatever team decides that they want a charity case.
I am just as undersized now as nose tackle as I was in freshman, sophomore year of high school. I wrestled 125 my freshman year of high school. They put me at
Really?
nose guard.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, I mean,
So
the ratio
you wrestled
kind of
at
works
125.
out.
What'd you walk around at?
Oh, freshman year, I probably didn't cut that much. I probably walked around at like 130, 131.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Playing nose tackle, playing fullback.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was 200 pounds.
So you were definitely very much like 1, 2, 3 contact. As far as the position wise, you were running into people.
No, I had one pass rush move, and it was just to like be faster than the center. That was like the whole plan. I hate my old football coaches.
Yeah.
I would challenge any of them outside of like one or two. You know who you are. I would challenge any of them to a fight right now. Even if they were like old and in a wheelchair, that's preferable to me. Honestly, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Do you are you going to be the would you coach a Pee Wee league, like just be out there with the play sheet, like covering your face and stuff?
Oh yeah.
I don't know that you'd
But-
be allowed after.
Like with the headset, like with the
Coach Jamie, are you out of your mind? I'd
Yeah,
be a great
you would-
coach.
You snap clipboards and necks as a Pee Wee football.
I wouldn't.
You would have to like volunteer your time for intramural leagues.
I wouldn't genuinely snap a clipboard, but I would for
Snap
like
a
a good reaction, just to get the boys
I
moving.
mean, sweet Christ,
just get
I
the juices
was.
flowing, like let's go, like the battle cry, like freedom
Exactly.
for
Oh,
the
yeah, I would-
Braveheart, like the pregame Braveheart kind of.
If I can, we gotta find how to make money out of this. It's too good. If I could find a way to make money out of giving pep talks to Pee Wee football teams, I feel like that's a skill set that I was born to
And all the
provide.
Pee Wee kids would love me because I'd just be like the first adult that cussed in front of them.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
like, kick the shit out of them.
Game's back on. Pacheco goes in motion. They are going to hand off to him because they saw the Chiefs do the same thing. Handoff is up the middle. He's going to gain 1.5 yards on the play. Very quickly gets munched up by Montez Sweat and the boys.
Josh Sweat,
Josh Sweat. Montez, the Bears.
Josh Sweat and the boys.
a lot of sweat in the league these days.
Not enough
Stat.
sweat, some people say.
I could see you rocking in a Pee Wee football team with like cut off jeans and a Who Farted t-shirt, just getting these kids riled up.
My one of my buddies lives out
Playing
in
like a
Colleyville.
montage of Arnold and other Nickelodeon cartoons to kind of get them like
Oh,
their pregame.
Patrick drops back to pass, runs up. Oh, and he gets tripped up.
Roughing the passer?
Jalen Carter,
No, I know.
the rookie out of Georgia,
Big
man to slap Mahomes in the ankle to bring him down before he gets much room. Flag is about to get sorted out here by the,
my knee.
and it is holding.
This is dainty.
Because Hassan Reddick had to take the scenic route to try to get back into that play.
Donovan Smith, the man flagged for a hold on the play. He's not happy about it. I think that's going to be his first holding call of the season.
And standing 13 inches over the referee while yelling at him like a child.
He's like an old left tackle though. I feel like you gotta feel like you gotta be like the old man. Like in my day, that wasn't holding. You know, like it's like we had to hold jerseys outside, inside, and
I almost feel like it'd be harder for the referees
Punt.
to transition than it would be for the players with some of the rules.
Punt is away. Punt is received. And he's got a little bit of space to skirt right up the right sideline. And it is Britton Covey.
from Utah.
Of course.
The new Vince Papale. Like I feel like he's the Vince Papale of this generation. Like he just somebody with like multiple knee injuries that you thought was never going to get drafted. Like went to a mission because when you're going to a Mormon school, usually you take a year for a mission. Came back. He's like played for Utah for like 6 years. Then he gets into the NFL as a punt returner.
Yeah, we all remember Britton's career in Utah well. Remember all those plays he made?
Oh, it's punt
The only one I remember is Dwayne Bowe. That's like the only like special teams exclusive I really remember.
Out of Utah. Apparently, LSD now, I think is what they're calling her, or something like that. the Church of Latter-day Saints, LDS.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been to the Church of LSD.
That's why Miles says that here.
Yeah.
That explains his T-shirt right now. The Church of LSD.
Is what
Yeah.
you would call a Jesus freak in that field.
He's a
I love the Lord.
He is a zealot.
I'm definitely the type that goes to church multiple times a week. That's for sure.
Definitely
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays,
definitely takes his
Fridays,
worship
and
home with him.
Sundays.
He definitely does a lot of home worship.
Devout petitioner.
Yeah.
Of the LSD Church. No, LDS. Apparently now they're considering college and professional football players. Their mission for the church is to play football.
Jesus needs you to score touchdowns.
To raise the brand of the church.
I mean, it didn't really work for the Army or the Navy.
I
It worked for.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think
That's
I
fair.
think it did. I think it has. I mean, brought eyeballs. It's always fun seeing Biden or Trump or Obama at the Army Navy game.
So
You want anything, Paxton?
Yeah, which one's the Pilsner?
It's up in the top. It says Pilsner on the bottom of it right there.
Ooh.
Light blue.
You want one?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh no, I'm actually on an 86-hour water fast right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm on
What hour are you on?
I'm on hour
Hour
3.
3.
Hour 3.
Dude, next time start that like 4 hours later so you're not during the football podcast.
No, I saw a video of Dana White trying it. I was like, God damn, that's a man.
Roughing the passer.
Yeah.
Here. Sir.
86 hours
There
of
it is.
only
Oh,
water? Is that
I'm just
that's,
shaking.
that's what's happening?
Man,
I have had an applesauce and a beer and a half so far today.
Don't you dare.
I had a gas station hot dog.
That's the American diet. Here we go. Another shotgun.
Yeah, Dallas, Texas for you. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, drops back, throws it to A.J. Brown on an in-breaking route. He takes a big old mollywop right to the forehead. Does not appear to be banged up, but he took
It looks like the defenders hit each other on that one.
He took a
So,
pop by Drew Tranquil
check
here.
it out. Maybe I saw it wrong.
You're right.
A lot
You're
of
right.
team-on-team contact with the Chiefs today.
Yeah, AJ Brown's first reception of the night, though.
Ooh.
I knew we'd see a lot more.
That's a
out
little
the
bit of a
Browns,
ding.
Tranquil popped L'Jarius Sneed there. Jalen Hurts lining the boys up. He's under center, hands the ball off,
though. Ooh,
and he is going to get the first down on the carry.
Boston Scott.
Boston Scott's first carry for the game. He has come in several times so far, only to pass block. So again, the Eagles doing a good job of mixing things up. And now we're looking at Jalen Hurts' knee. Oh yeah, he had an injured knee like 2 weeks ago. He appears to be wearing a patella knee brace with a little bit of support on the sides. Who cares? He's
He
fine.
doesn't need a lot, just a little.
Literally, no one even cares.
I feel like human bodies are so poorly designed that all NFL players should just wear knee braces at all
Yeah.
times.
Well,
Like,
I
it should just be
disagree
like
with-
standard.
Handoff is up the middle. Again, Kenneth Gainwell gets the carry.
Gage with the.
So I will agree with you, Miles. Human body not well designed. It's literally my whole job is to unfuck people's bodies.
But the
But
reverse of a prostitute.
yeah, I also have a joke about that. But anyways,
Can I be a pimp?
yes,
you want to get
if you wanna
unfucked? You want to get unfucked tonight?
bring me patience. That would also be awesome. I'm a chiropractor, by the way. Some people might not know that who are watching.
I don't have the head defender. I just have one of those Bluetooth head devices. Jamie?
Yeah, something I should probably mention. I keep on forgetting that people are watching these. 11:59 on the clock. Jalen Hurts drops back to pass, throws it.
Oh,
It's going to
that is
be
an interception.
intercepted. That was weird. Oh! Wow! A.J. Brown
That's
ripped the ball out of L'Jarius Sneed's hands. The referees are talking about it.
They're
He's
giving
calling it
Chiefs.
down at the spot.
I guess
Yeah,
they're getting
yeah,
forward
they-
progress.
They gave him forward progress plays. The call.
I want to see the replay on this one.
That was weird because it looked like everyone thought the play was over. There was a pass rusher who just stopped for no reason.
Okay, he's down.
Does AJ touch him?
Does he ever get touched?
No.
Wow.
Okay. He
And
might.
now we got players in the way.
His shin might have touched him here. Let's see this angle. This angle will tell us. So definitely a catch.
That's clean. That's
Feet
clean.
do not.
Yeah, maybe
He
it's
might have had a shin tap there. Hashtag Shingate.
They're
not-
saying he's not touched.
Yeah.
No, I think they said if he's not touched, this would be.
Well, again, you can the referees are, you don't know when the referees are blowing the whistle too.
Yeah, I didn't hear whistle. Also, we can't hear the TV, so that was stupid for me to say. But
I did. Yeah.
Now we talked about
I didn't hear Boston's ears perk. We know there's a whistle on the play.
yeah,
we talked about Isaiah Pacheco runs angry. Does anybody catch angrier than AJ Brown? Like his hands are aggressive.
That ball's gonna get these hands.
like that ball does not have a chance of being like hitting the ground if he can get his hands on it. Like he literally swats and
There's so much energy in those hands.
I would say DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins catches balls.
I was gonna go
angry.
farther
DeAndre
back
Hopkins
and say
can raise a
Randy
baby
Moss.
with those hands.
Yeah, he sure can.
Randy Moss takes interceptions from people. Or like took.
Yeah, I was.
But just the violence of the way he uses his hands. Like to me, Randy Moss was just smooth. Like it just got there and it just stuck to him. Like it was like he was made of Velcro.
Also, I wouldn't. If we were to include former players, I think obviously Megatron would be number one with a bullet if you're going to go there. But
Chris Carter would also be up there.
Yep.
As another guy that would really just whack, like aggressively stick his hand out and grab a ball. Actually, probably the godfather of the one-handed grab because he did that with those sideline receptions.
Reggie Wayne was pretty hot in the Colts too back in
I was thinking Reggie White.
back in the day. Back when Peyton Manning, Dallas Clark, Pierre Garçon, Reggie Wayne was aggressive.
Michael Irvin was also
kind
kind of had that kind of aggression too with his hands. Like it was just like once it got into his hands, you could hit him, you could bat at it all you wanted. It wasn't going anywhere.
Some guys just made like that. AJ Brown's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
speaking of former players, did you guys see that the Barry Sanders documentary is coming out
I did, and I'm very excited
tomorrow?
because it's the first
Really?
time that's like ever being talked about, like why he just walked out.
Yeah. It'll be like another thing in my childhood where I was told one thing and I'll find out something was different, like on par with like Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
I was always told. I mean, where I grew up, Barry Sanders, best football player of all time, definitely best running back of all time. And that sentiment doesn't get carried around as much as I'd like to see. I always will stand behind Barry Sanders as being the best running back in the history of the NFL, and it's not particularly close.
I agree with that. To me, it's always who you saw and like who really like because I could see older people saying Gale Sayers or Jim Brown, like his dad would also.
Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. He climbs the pocket. And he's going to slide down after a gain of 2 on the play.
Which means that this play is not getting overturned because they've already ran another one.
The Shingate, hashtag Shingate. Like I said.
Light contact with the shin. Nice call, Jamie.
Thank you. I'm always keeping my eyes on those shins.
Yeah, you are a shin guy. That's how we know you.
Yep.
That's why we all wear pants around you. Makes us comfortable.
Ryan, to put a little bow on what you said, I'm not old enough to pass way behind him. I'm not old enough to have watched Barry Sanders play. That's just highlights and what I've been raised to believe.
You were raised in Lions country, though.
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
the
Pass. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, rolls out to the right, and he's going to go slide down again.
And you come from a family of football fans, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that would have been Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays. Anytime you have any reason to watch football, everyone's going to be, he didn't run like Barry. Well, if only we had Barry back, we'd probably be winning Super Bowls.
Well, when we had Barry, we weren't winning Super Bowls. So
If he's still
Yeah, but
greatest
they had
player mindset of where you're from, is it talked about that he got out before he got hit too hard or something like that? Is that
He's
the lore?
pissed.
the lore in I'll finish the lore in Michigan in 1 second. At least the way I was raised, maybe different in other areas of Michigan. Snap is away. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, throws it over the middle to a man who was not open, but he catches it.
Watson again.
Watson for a first down reception. I said his name is spelled with a Y. That was wrong. Spelled with an I. I'm a stupid, dumb idiot. I'm thinking of a different Justin on the team. But anyways,
The lore of Barry Sanders.
lore of Barry Sanders. I was raised to believe he didn't like football that much. That's not true. Anyways, Patrick Mahomes in shotgun. Travis Kelce goes in like a cheeky little motion, Handoff is up the middle to Pacheco. He carries the ball. Spin
Big
move.
spin again.
Oh, tries
Big
to double
hit.
spin. Gain of 9.
They're just showing up all the Madden moves.
Not a first down. That's embarrassing. When
Yeah,
you run
he's
for
short.
not a first
He
down
is
and you
short.
signal first down, that's embarrassing.
Well, he did get hit pretty
Don't
hard.
height shame him. It's not his fault.
Well,
Yeah, but he wasn't even
he got
really that
smacked.
close. Like he was.
Ooh.
Ooh, God.
he took a helmet right to the tummy.
He did
Yeah,
know
I was
where
gonna say he was
for a second.
unprotected in that
If you're in
contact.
a football game and you bounce, and that's the adjective used or the verb, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's where you can.
Kelly Ringo on the tackle.
Ooh, what a football name.
9:16 on the clock. Snap is away. Another handoff to Pacheco. And he is going to get the first down. Let's see if he signals for first down again or he just, counts the first one as his first signal. He does, smartly. Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. You'll have to edit that highlight tape.
What'd you say his name was? Kelly Ringo?
Kelly Ringo. Kellee Ringo.
They are working Kelsey tonight.
Well, they're carpeting him, taking him out of the game. They say, we dare you to throw to Rashee Rice, Kansas City Chiefs, or just hand the ball off every single fucking time.
Which so far they've been
That's
doing,
what
and
we're
it's been
seeing.
working pretty well.
8:37 on the clock. Sync up with us at home. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, throws it up over the middle to
Big
Kelsey.
Big of the
Hip drop tackle. Did you guys see that dirty hip drop tackle on Travis Kelsey that happens every single game just like that? We don't only talk about it when there's an injury involved.
Ban it.
Ban it.
Oh, ban it.
Look at how dirty this hip drop
I think in
is.
preparation.
I'm sick of this shit.
Kevin Beard hip drops him in broad daylight on prime time with millions of fans watching. Luckily,
For the sake of the Olympics, we just need to switch to flag football for the rest of the season.
Honestly, let's
Just
do
so
it.
All the teams agree. Let's just.
I want to win a world championship in football. Patrick Mahomes also does. He rolls out to the right,
Does he know he's got?
runs
Yeah,
for a
he
first
sure
down.
does.
Josh Sweat on his heels. Doesn't matter. He gets the first down.
If we did that, guy would get his cover. Or his over.
What's that?
If we did that, guy would get his over.
Who would?
Oh, flag!
They
If they
switched
switch
the
to flag right now, yeah,
Yeah.
you'd get your 57 or
I'd be
54 or
happy.
whatever it was for sure.
Got you. You said that guy. I didn't hear you. I thought you said that guy. Not guy.
Happens all the fucking
Got it.
time.
Yeah, dude.
You should change your stupid fucking name.
Yeah, bro.
Hate it.
You idiot.
Change it to bro.
I refuse to call you guy, dude.
In queue.
Patrick Mahomes 7 for 8 tonight. That's pretty good. Pitch is to CEH. He's got a cool helmet, and he's going to
He's
run
got a
for a
big
first
opening.
down.
He looks thick.
He looks like Boston Scott. Like him and Boston Scott look like identical
Cousins.
twins.
That was a pretty angry run. He had some anger in that.
Yeah, he's getting benched for fucking.
It definitely looked like maybe
When
a
a
little chip
seventh-round
on his
draft
shoulder
pick
as he was
takes your
lowering it to
job.
hit the guy in front of him.
Yeah, so the tackle ended up just holding Kelsey there, basically, and kind of got away with it. But he's like, "Hey, let's not let this guy get past the line of scrimmage here,
I'm supposed to block you anyway, so I'll just
Yeah.
let you keep doing it.
just in case this is a pass from CEH to Travis Kelsey. We're going to avoid that possibility. You take a hold of you." The Chiefs call a timeout. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are screaming at each other. Just things that happen. 6:51 left on the play clock. This feels like this is going to be a 30-second timeout for the Kansas City Chiefs here. So we're going to see. Have you guys tried one of these KFC
Wraps?
Cardiac.
mac and cheese wrap things?
No, I haven't seen. This is my first seeing it.
Yeah, we were talking about it on the noon.
Whoa.
Okay.
stream.
Wow.
What's worse?
That pickle looks quite aggressive. In that sandwich.
I disagree. I
Pickles
disagree.
and cheese is kind of like, ooh.
I could not disagree with
I
you
love
more.
that combo. Yeah,
Yeah, I love
Okay.
pickles on everything.
pickles pretty much improve most things. Yeah.
I get pickles from Costco, and they're 0 calories. Well, the
You
pickles,
get the ones that are like the world's best pickles or whatever they're called. Like that's like the brand name.
I think they're called Famous Pickles,
Mm.
and they've got a pig on it, and it's a big jar. I'll show you at half.
Yeah, I do
Um,
also get Costco pickles, but I think ours are called like world best.
Anyways, you know who else is the world best?
Which is
Patrick Mahomes.
world.
He drops back, and he throws over the middle, and he's
Oh!
By my ass.
World's best?
Just lays
World's
it down.
best is what you said when you threw the interception.
Did I? Yeah.
Kevin Byard
Yeah.
said, "Not my world's best quarterback." Hashtag not my world's best quarterback.
This quarterback.
He's talking about Jalen Hurts, who is playing through the most devastating knee injury any quarterback has ever played through in
Unlike,
the NFL history.
unlike
Cool.
Deshaun. Like, Deshaun would be crawling all over the field.
Well, that's because a shoulder injury is a real injury, dude.
No,
It's
I don't- I'm not buying it.
Good
It's,
trade
if he had gotten
He'll grab-
massages
he'll grab
like
his
he did
ass
in
and he'll be
Houston,
like,
would the
"My
shoulder be
shoulder."
injured?
What's that?
So he had gotten massages like he was in Houston.
Yeah.
Would the shoulder be injured?
That's the problem.
To be fair to Deshaun and his massage habit, look what happens when you take his massages away from him. He literally can't
He
play.
breaks
This
down.
is a health issue, man.
It's a mental
The
health
NFL
issue.
is interfering with his physical and mental health.
He's the Michael Jordan of massages.
He really. What if he's like, what if he just turns to chiropractic?
Yeah.
And he starts
I
like
would
sexually
love
Yeah, I
assaulting
know a guy. I know a
chiropractors?
guy.
I'd love that.
Deshaun, if
What?
you want to sexually assault me, I won't say shit at Ezo Chiropractic.
Yeah, dude. Him too. Him too.
He's got very kind hands.
I've got gentle hands, buddy. I'll keep you in one piece. Don't look at any of the videos I posted about you, though.
Yeah.
$20 per harassment.
I'd let him
He might want
massage me
you to
if
go the extra mile for the after watching
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
He might want his money worth.
I'd let him massage me, but only on Sundays when the Browns are playing. So
On the
DTR
Lord's
can
Day?
ball out. Yeah, he doesn't need to be there. Siri, stay out of this.
Speaking of which, DTR
Ball
looked, I mean, I wouldn't say balled out. I mean, he averaged like 4.5 yards an attempt or something.
I just
bad
like to say that.
But
with his
against
name in
that
the same
against the
sentence.
pass rush heavy defense like that, I mean, what more can you ask? I mean, if he holds the ball any longer, he's
The game plan was exactly what DTR did. He threw, I think, one pick. I think it was like a tip. Wasn't necessarily his fault. He did exactly what the Browns needed him to do. If the Browns have the 15th best quarterback in the league this year, they are going to win the Super Bowl. That's really all it takes. That's how good that defense is, in my opinion. I really believe in the Browns outside of their quarterback position. If DTR can become that quarterback, then we are cooking with peanut oil, as they say. Or if they would have just not traded for Deshaun, built around him, gotten, really grinds my gears that the Texans got with one of the Deshaun picks was Tank Dell. Would look really nice in the Cleveland Browns offense, getting thrown passes by Jacoby Brissett or Baker Mayfield, just saying.
Doing great things.
Handoff up the middle. Wow, look at that
Big
line.
opening. All the way
Yeah.
to first.
When there's a zone run like that and the entire offensive line is like 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, that's a good sign. That makes life easy for your running back. As we're watching Justin Ross, I think his third target of the game, and I think Patrick Mahomes is probably going to start looking different ways after this route.
I'm so happy we picked him up.
He kind of got caught looking in that. It looks to me like he really kind of stared down Justin Watson on that.
That was
throw.
one of my favorite
Like
trades.
back in like the 06
God,
Madden when we had the
Best
QB
trade of
cone.
the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't-
Snap is away to Hurts. Again, weird, like almost like there's a whistle blown and they're just kind of stopping play. He gets sacked on that play. Are you guys noticing that, or is it just
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Seems like half of the offensive line and half of the pass rushers are just kind of like
Giving up.
stopping, like there's a whistle being blown. Chris Jones on the sack. I don't mean to like not get excited about a sack, but
Dude,
like
they're also quiet quitting. They're only going to start doing the job they're paid for, and they're not paid enough to keep up with all of these script changes halfway through the game.
so maybe it's just Jalen's posture in the pocket. He looks way too he looks too
crouched.
comfortable. He looks lackadaisical is what it is.
I mean, yeah.
Snap is away. Jalen drops back to pass. He throws
2nd and 7.
to the backup tight end here in to replace Mr. Dallas Goddard. That is Jack Stoll on the
He
reception.
looks like he's named Jack Stoll.
Third year out of Nebraska. Ryan, be careful with the chips noises. They can probably hear that
Okay.
on
will
the
save
stream.
those for halftime.
Yeah, just save those for halftime, buddy. I don't mean to make you a hungry boy, but it will drive.
I want to see Cranky Ryan all the way for the next 4.5 minutes.
It will drive our viewers.
Cranky Ryan would be the Texans' second half last.
Get this man
Sunday.
a Snickers.
That was Cranky Ryan.
the Texans' second half yesterday.
Yes.
I didn't get to watch, but I heard that
Jalen
game fell
Hurts
apart.
drops back to pass, gets hit, goes
And
down
goes down.
again.
Wow.
Chris Jones, 2 sacks in 1 possession, 1 play apart. He's coming alive. he was very much so missed.
Guys, you see all the crowd in these ponchos. How are you feeling about that overbet?
Well, I was about to say, I'm glad you mentioned it. I saw a small child getting the poncho ripped off by dad. So I think the weather is actually getting better. I think the ponchos are coming off.
Yeah.
It might be working towards guys' favor.
In Missouri.
Lane Johnson with a weird send on that. I think he felt like Jalen Hurts climbed the pocket.
Look at that spin move. Oh, my God. Oh,
Punt is away. Punt is returned by Kadarius Toney.
Damn.
Miles, I was so ready to talk shit about Kadarius Toney. Like, look at this big dumb fucking idiot running backwards after a punt.
Spinning around like it's Madden.
Spinning around like a fucking doofus, and look at it, returns the ball.
Almost turned into a touchdown. That was a shoestring.
A gain of 20. The Chiefs are going to start with magnificent field position. And why wouldn't they? Patrick Mahomes throws a pick, doesn't even get punished for it. Just gets the ball right where he left off.
Ryan had made that comment earlier, made me think of the 06, 07 era Madden vision cone that you had.
Oh
and
my
I have
gosh.
to be honest, I know that was like one of the most hated mechanics in Madden
Worst
history.
mechanic ever.
One of my favorites. I love that so
It was fun on
much.
defense, I will say. The handoff goes up the middle. I just remember Joey Harrington was the quarterback for the Lions, and Peyton Manning's vision was the whole field. Like, you didn't even have to use the mechanic if you were playing with Peyton Manning. If you had Joey Harrington, it was like a 8-degree piece of the pie.
Yeah,
It's like-
like a lighthouse, letting people know not to come to see.
he was literally a one-read quarterback, because if you had to go to your second read, you were fucked.
so screwed. Yeah.
Which is realistic, I guess. But
And I like that though, because it kind of even the playing field against like a Michael Vick type.
snap is away. Patrick Mahomes does a 2-step drop back, throws it to Justin Watson. Again, what is Patrick's problem with Justin Watson this game? What did you say, Miles?
Oh, just vision cone nonsense, but like a nice heavy running quarterback. I brought up Michael Vick. because at the time he was the running quarterback.
Feels like they built that mechanic in just to nerf Michael Vick.
I honestly may have been. That feels like it could have been, especially since he was doing that in a way that like literally no other quarterback was.
Yeah, he broke the game for sure. Hopefully Anthony Richardson can break Madden in the near future. Patrick Mahomes.
I think Madden's been broken for a few years now.
That's true, yeah. Free
That looked like
play.
offsides, actually.
Offsides, throws it deep because he knows to Travis Kelce. Why wouldn't you throw it deep to him?
And why wouldn't you just throw Kelce to the ground like that?
And yeah, they drew a
Get that
PI.
No, they didn't.
Nope, they didn't. The crowd reacted like they threw it, but then they didn't.
What would happen if that's the case? If the flag's already thrown, can you still get the PI flag called as well?
They'll decline the offside and take the PI.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers was notorious for doing that because he would get that free play and he would either get a 35-yard PI or an 80-yard touchdown.
Honestly, it's a genius move.
Not Montez Sweat. Josh Sweat jumps a little bit early for the Chiefs there. And when you do that, that is the downside of being a pass rusher for the Eagles. If you fuck up once, there's a decent chance. He was early. I want to say that was a bad call, but honestly, he was a little bit early. He grabbed his hand. Kevin Byard, again, getting involved here, coming off of the interception. Patrick Mahomes hands the ball to the angriest runner in the NFL currently. Not Kadarius Toney. It's Isaiah Pacheco. Gain of 50 on the play.
He's eating tonight.
He's eating that defense up. He sure is. 7-7. Great game. What more could you have asked for other than more points, guy?
Yeah,
More money.
that's the one thing you would want if you had made a bet on an over bet for sure.
Yeah, more points would probably be it.
But hey, less rain is in your favor, like Jamie pointed out. Though I will say I'm still seeing a lot of ponchos, just percentage wise, sitting back there.
Keep your eyes on those ponchos for me, Miles. Keep a
I'm on
tally
poncho
going.
watch, dude.
More at 10.
Pass
I feel like that has weird connotations
Play.
down in Texas. I just want to be very clear.
rolls out to the left.
Only in football.
Avoids the tackle and gets the first down.
Almost gets it through.
Poncho watch. Yeah, you just got us canceled, you son of a bitch. Forget Kyle and Thomas and what they say on our channel.
Yeah, man.
Miles spent his stint in border patrol.
So they keep the clock running here, even though Patrick Mahomes ran out of bounds.
Yep.
That's stupid.
Yep.
Anyways, we're going to go to the 2-minute warning. I have to pee, so I'm not super bummed out about it. But NFL referees fuck that up all the time. and you only really notice it if you pay attention or you have the over or the under.
Exactly.
Because you're like, you just took a whole play away from me.
Yeah, it really does feel like there's a very inconsistency problem happening with the clock keeping. And
Refs just forget, and I get you're probably doing a lot. Refs just forget, but it's something that never gets criticized by the announcers. And
why isn't that taken over? That's like one of the jobs that I completely endorse being taken over by AI.
Oh, yeah, clock operator.
That should just be something that they have going with the computer, and then if there's ever a blatant obvious problem, the refs have the ability to reset it to whatever.
Well, we still have 2 PVC sticks with a chain attached in between it, and that's how we measure first downs currently.
Insanity, right?
Slow it down.
That's the chain gang union, dude. Those guys are protecting that job.
They need to microchip both tips, both ends of the football, so you have both sides of it.
So,
and then you see where it falls on the position of the field.
Allegedly, they have had the balls microchipped for several years, and they've been testing the technology out, and they have activated that technology. I had that chair. They have activated that technology in Pro Bowl games that nobody watches.
Good place to start testing.
Did it work better or worse than the Toy Story thing on the Disney Plus?
The Toy Story thing, that was interesting, wasn't it?
I like the idea a lot, and I think it has massive potential, but it did have a lot of issues in the production value. Just, technology, technical issues.
There's no way it works, and we already have that Nick cast, and that Nick cast is awesome.
Nick cast is dope.
Just do that. Do that every time.
I think that the idea of alternative commentaries that you could possibly tune into instead of what you're provided on mainstream is always a good idea. Given the freedom of choice to tune into the people that you want to hear talk about the game. And if I were a Nickelodeon, I was a Nickelodeon kid. What am I saying? If I were still to this day a Nickelodeon kid and that were offered, I'd 100% tune into the Nickcast.
Oh, yeah.
I might still tune into the Nickcast now just because what game isn't improved? Especially a blowout, let's just start sliming people. You're up by 23 in the fourth quarter. Somebody's getting slimed, dude, and it's going to be someone that doesn't know it's coming. It's going to be someone of moderate importance. Can you imagine Taylor Swift getting slimed? She'd have the best reaction. She'd be upset at first, but she'd be guys, that was great, and I'm so glad to be a part of the Nickelodeon.
Jamie, just a little update for funsies. First, is David Jakes? Is that your father?
That's Father Dave. Yes.
Father Dave is in the running. First thing for being Heisman Champion of the Year.
Okay, crown him.
Shit, yeah.
He 3 comments.
What?
Comments.
We gotta start paying to the live chat. Wow.
We
You need to pan out call to dad.
Hand off.
Amateur producer Caleb back on this.
Hand off the middle to Pacheco. Go ahead, Paxton.
Now it's at 6, but for a hot second while I was on, it was at 8 viewers.
What? That's a record. That's a record, boys.
Hey, thank you for choosing an alternative commentary that you enjoy more.
Natalie is home. By God, that's Natalie's music, I think. I'm pretty sure. Coming back from a 11-mile run, training for a half marathon.
Really?
11-mile run. I was getting live tweeted, the live run, and by live tweet, I mean love tweet, because when you texted me, it said I'm love tweeting you my run, and she was texting me.
There was love in all this.
It was. I could tell. I didn't correct you.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes in shotgun. Handoff is up the middle to Pacheco.
Oh, get in.
Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down. The Chiefs can get a first down if they get the ball to within the 1-yard line. And we will have 149.
It really feels like the Chiefs are just going to have their way here in the red zone right now, but
yeah, I kind of disagree. I think we're going to get a stop here by the Philadelphia Eagles. And why wouldn't we?
Did y'all see that graphic? What? 196 rushing yards.
What?
The highest they've allowed this season. Is that in a quarter? Is so far.
Oh, I was wondering why you asked us in the form of a question there instead of just claiming it as your own stat.
No. But there was prompt to it.
There's no way the Chiefs are run for 190 yards this half.
And scored just 7 points.
Yeah, there's
that'd
no
be pretty,
chance.
that'd be
There's
pretty
no
insane.
chance. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, I might have.
Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. He does throw to Travis Kelce. He's going to get a touchdown. And I'm wrong. Miles Francis is right. What else is new? I will say one criticism: scored too early.
Yeah, they left a lot of time on the clock for the
Perfect.
for Jalen Hurts to go do some fun stuff.
AJ Brown's gonna get.
So at the same time, I don't think I hear what you're saying, and I definitely understand that clock management is part of the game. But sometimes I also feel like at the end of the day, if you're getting the touchdown, it's never too early. If you're getting the field goal, way different than if you're getting the touchdown. If it's a lot more pressure on them at this point in the game.
Yeah, wow. So they tried to double team Kelsey on that play, but they basically ran a natural pick route legally too. Kick is up. Kick is good. Seems to be a lot of wind still, which is really affecting the kickers. Doesn't seem, at least to me, to be affecting the quarterbacks that much, but maybe that's why we're seeing not a lot of balls be pushed downfield.
No crowd shot since our last Poncho watch. So I can't report at this time, but definitely keeping my eyes out to see. And just from the wide angle, lots of red ponchos.
Lots of red ponchos as Natalie's washing her hands in the sink. She's got some dirty, dirty hands after her.
I didn't mean to glance at you. I was just so shook by Jamie's head snap that I thought someone was like breaking in.
Yeah. You know, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, but when someone starts affecting my audio.
You run the water in the background of his podcast?
I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
Yeah.
There's 6 people watching right now. Yeah, you think they were watching because there was water running in the background? No, they were watching because we have a cute dog on the couch. When was the last time you guys had Taco Bell?
Oh, it's going to be July 17th.
When was the last time you had diarrhea?
Why do you know the dates?
Keep the receipts.
Like literally and figuratively speaking.
You don't want your receipt? No, actually, give me my
I will
receipt.
say I haven't
Give me
had
my
Taco
receipt.
Bell in a while, but I genuinely consider it almost every day.
It's
Do you ever
That's
fill out the $500
It's been at
survey?
least
Have you won
6
the
months, probably a
$500
year, but
survey
hey,
in the
the
back
crazy
of
No,
your
I've
house?
never done that. I'm usually like high when I'm going through Taco Bell.
Mm.
I'm not trying to scan the barcode on the receipt. I just like to know that where did I eat last night? Taco
Taco
Bell.
As long as they just talk to me very little
Why am
in the
I-
drive-thru,
Why
I'm
are
good.
my insides hurting so badly?
Why does my mouth taste like shit?
Am I dying or did I just eat Taco Bell last night?
I feel like
Why
I
do I
bet the
feel like I
over-under on
ran a
Taco-
half marathon or ate
Oh,
Taco
thank
Bell?
God there's the receipt.
I feel like the over-under for how many people get Taco Bell from this couch on the way home tonight is at least 3.
Anybody want to make prop bets on this broadcast?
I'd take the over on that too.
Yeah.
Over
I bet you
3?
would.
But I'll parlay it. And
He took 54 on the game. He'd probably take over 4.
yeah, I take over 3.
And it's not even
Natalie
raining
and
here.
Jamie are both gonna leave. That's what he thinks.
Even money. We might go. We don't have a Taco. We used to live near a Taco Bell.
So I'll offer to pay for it, and everybody, let's go.
Now we're
That is
talking.
true.
If
That
Natalie
was my
just ran
business
11
trip.
miles, she can have all the Taco Bell she wants. She's the only one that's earned it.
What's up, Boston? T-Bell?
How did the run go, Natalie? As we come out of commercial break.
My knees are really sore, but I'm happy that I could run 11 miles because the marathon is in 2 weeks and a half marathon is 13.1 miles. So
You can walk that last 2.5 miles.
yeah, and I did it in like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and the time cap is 3.5 hours. So I'm confident I'll finish.
Oh, yeah.
You'll finish.
Definitely.
Under that time cap.
It's the first
Did you
time
do a
she's ever been
real track or
confident of that
treadmill?
before.
Huh?
Did you do a real
Ooh.
track or treadmill?
I had to
Picked
get a
up.
treadmill
I
because
picked it up.
At
Oh,
this
right.
point, it's like if you work a 9 to 5 and your run is 2 hours long,
It's gone.
you have to start like the sun comes up at 7:10, so you're late to work,
Mhm.
and then it sets at 5:30, so you have to leave work early.
Yeah, I'm willing to publicly take a pretty anti-daylight savings time stance on this.
I thought Joel was going to fix that for
I'm
us.
just-
The rest of the
Anti-running.
world doesn't care about the farmers. Why should daylight saving? Why should time?
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, though Paxton does make a good point. I'm more concerned with your running habit. That seems unhealthy.
Jalen Hurts receives snap out of shotgun, drops back to pass, looks to the left, gets sacked, drops the ball, he picks it back up, he palms it.
Wow.
Wow. That would have been
What
a
a wild
consequential
turn.
fumble.
That's why
As-
they were leaving time on the clock.
It was
Yeah.
such a bad play that was such a good play.
Explain yourself, Paxton Bailey.
Because it was almost a fumble, but he made such a good play to make it just not shit.
It was a good recovery for a pretty shit play.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he got really lucky with the bounce he got here.
It was like when Tony Romo or
Ball goes down.
Marion Barber ran for 3
He literally
yards.
picks it up with his left hand.
He just palmed it. He's got big old hands, and that's why you draft quarterbacks with big hands.
Evil hand.
Trent McDuffie on
just-
the sack.
Calm under pressure too.
Pass drops back, throws it to the left. Gainwell catches the ball and hops out of bounds. And this time they actually stop the clock because people are paying attention to it.
Shelby's the cameraman. I like that.
What?
I love a good cameraman, Shelby. Shelby cameraman. When
I missed it.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't like that.
yeah,
It
I
was
love
ballsy.
it. Gets me fired up. Like, as an Eagles fan, that's a dick move.
And from the city of brotherly love,
We'd like to see that.
Philly trash
Yeah.
are just
Different.
3rd and 15, down 7. Chiefs have one timeout left. Feels like this is going to be a draw play. It's not. Drops back to pass, runs
It
up the
kind of
middle.
turned
It
into
is a
one.
draw play. And he gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. Probably will not go down as a sack in the record books, but effectively ends the drive. George Karlaftis on the tackle, third year out of Purdue, 2 years experience in the NFL. Inside move, bounces off Kelsey, bounces off the left guard, finds his way to the quarterback who was running up the middle. Chiefs took a timeout here. Is that right?
Yep, they're trying to get the ball back with enough time to get some points on the board right here.
So Chiefs and Andy Reid immediately take a timeout smartly.
Again, that's
Last
why
time
to
out.
answer your question earlier, maybe they didn't score too early last time.
Punt is away. Yeah, they were thinking the exact opposite. And he leaves it short. Kadarius Toney picks it up, and he makes one man
Look
miss.
at
He
this! Look
makes
at
two
this
man
sloppy! I love it. Right, this is the best I've seen him play all season.
miss. Kadarius Toney. It really is a Kadarius Toney coming out party, which means early in the third quarter he will pull a hamstring and be on IR after this game. That's just Kadarius Toney's.
From your bench to your injury reserve, folks.
That's the Kadarius Toney wave, and we're just at like the peak of the wave right now. About to hit low tide.
it's giving you every reason not to pick them up.
And that was Rick Lovato, the man that Kadarius Toney juked out. That was the long snapper. For those of you keeping track at home. 8th year in the NFL out of Old Dominion. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. Ahead of midfield. Plays blown dead. Appears to be a false start. It's going to bump him back a handful of yards, but doesn't feel like it. Feels like the Chiefs could score again here. If the Eagles hold them to a field goal, I believe Eagles get ball at half.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like the Chiefs are going to march down here and put one up through the
It
uprights.
feels that way,
Yeah.
right? A field goal, I think, is fine. Touchdown is problematic if you are a Philadelphia Eagles fan and a podcast who's had the most viewership consecutively in its history. Got a lot riding on this. So Patrick Mahomes, get fucked. Patrick drops back, rolls out to the right, gets some pressure, throws it out of bounds.
Nothing there.
2nd and 15.
He's still smiling though. He's laughing. He's comfortable.
He sure is. Eagles have one timeout for what it's worth. So if the Kansas City Chiefs elect to pass 2 more times here and they are incomplete passes, the Eagles could theoretically get the ball back with a few seconds left to work.
I'm getting abused.
That's Boston. He will.
He's a bully.
He will absolutely chew you apart.
He sure will. Yes, he will. You know who else will chew you apart? Patrick Mahomes. As he drops back to pass, 5-step drop back, throws it over the middle. And the
drop.
pass is dropped.
It seems like this is not the first time he had a hard time connecting with Watson either. Didn't we see him either miss or no? That was who got the interception.
No. You're remembering correctly. Every single ball that's been thrown, not to Travis Kelce this game, has been to Justin Watson from
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Except for that one Rashee Rice play that was magical, which is like, where does he go?
That was magical, but sometimes you fly too close to the sun
5 targets.
and you give 5 targets for 2 receptions and 16 yards to Justin Watson instead.
That's an icky stat.
Well, I left off the touchdown, but anyways, Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. Definite hold on the left tackle.
Look at the dancing.
Pass over the middle into field goal range. 26 seconds left on the clock to Justin Watson, the guy we're talking shit about.
Redeeming himself there.
Now he's got 6 targets. Spikes the ball as the Eagles barely get back to getting onside for the ball to be snapped. Fletcher Cox hurdles over the offensive line, and now did the crowd just react to a flag that got dropped? They
It
did.
looks like they got a flag on the field.
Looks like it's going to be offsides or maybe a delay a game on the defense. Yeah,
That's great work by the offensive line to get down and get set quick enough to do that.
they got there quick. You're right, Paxton Bailey. Well said. encroachment?
I think it's because he made contact. Like, I think because
Did he?
may have made contact with the lineman as they were coming
He
through.
put his hand on his back.
Oh,
and
it's not.
jumped
It's
over
not
him.
even on Cox. It's not on Cox.
Yeah, it's on.
It's on Jalen Carter, the rookie. Cox knew enough to avoid the contact.
Sweet hurdle by Cox there.
Yeah,
too.
dude,
That was
honestly,
surprising
kinda nice.
athleticism to kind of get through that little wedge without touching anybody.
He was already in slow-mo, I know that, but it did look like he just floated for a little bit.
That does seem like the type of thing that a head coach like Andy Reid is going to instill. That I bet they practice stuff like that very, very, routinely in terms of trying to catch all the little extras. That feels like a Bill Belichick move as well.
Yeah,
It's really good coaching.
really good coaching, and that's what you come to expect out of Reed. As Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, dumps it off to his check down. He's going to get tackled short of the
Gonna
line.
get back
It's
to
a
the
gain.
line, get the spike.
Jerick McKinnon on the reception. They're going to let the clock run down to about 4 seconds. They're going to snap it, spike it, and they're going to kick a field goal here.
I like the move from Jalen Carter to try to pick the ball up as he spiked it. Like, watch him. He digs under the center to try to intercept the throw down to the clock.
What a wild idea. Has that ever been done
No.
successfully?
Jalen trying to make up for his poor encroachment just one play ago. Harrison Butker. It's been a windy day, so this is not a gimme kick.
No.
Probably why they were trying to get him a little bit more space. 43-yard attempt. We'll see. We haven't seen the flags yet blowing, but they have been blowing left to right from this side of the field all game. The kick is up,
That looks good.
and the wind is dead. Kick is straight through
Non-factor.
the uprights.
Non-factor.
Stay with us. Do not close your browser. We will be back for the second half of this exciting Chiefs
Super Bowl rematch.
and Eagles game. Don't even think about going any. We'll be right back with some more football. Paxton.
Boy, Joe Buck is wearing a very blue suit tonight.
Have you guys talked about Taylor Swift yet?
Of course.
About her parents being there, meeting the Kelsey parents?
They got canceled, Natalie. Wish we had that live reaction on camera.
Apparently, there was an issue in her concert in South America. And so
We did talk about that.
How did she get stuck?
Someone died. Oh, hello and welcome back to What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am him, and we are all here for the second half of the Eagles-Chiefs game. The Chiefs are winning 17-7. Jalen Hurts having a disappointing first half without his go-to tight end, Dallas Goedert. But the Eagles get the ball back to start this half. There's 14:28 on the clock if you're singing up with us at home. Handoff goes to DeAndre Swift, and he goes down in the backfield. Kind of looks like he lost his footing there awkwardly. Loss of 1.5 on the play. To my right, Ryan Perrio for the second half. How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. Looks like the Chiefs are coming out inspired after that last-second field goal to kind of really put a 10-point lead on the board.
They sure do look inspired, just like my co-host to my left, Guy Pearty. How are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, it's a helicopter of emotions, really. I haven't really processed the last year's Super Bowl yet, and this is I can't even speak.
Yep. Flashbacks all over Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts drops back to pass. He's going to run. He's going to get hit in the backfield. He's going to go down. Chris Jones again? It is!
That was a lot of red flood going on Jalen Hurts.
Great
that play.
discipline.
Yeah.
But great discipline on them not to push up the field and just wait for him to come to them.
I haven't seen that big of a red flood
Look at
since.
this on the outside, though. Like, he almost gets him there. It's what really, I think, forces the issue.
Yeah.
Like, that's just beautiful. Like, they beat their man, but they just wait. They're just lying in wait for him to come through with
Big
the
red
eventual
flood
run.
in the center gap there. Punt is in the air. 13:05 on the clock. Kadarius Toney again receives the punt.
Kadarius Toney's like, hey, I don't catch footballs, but I do have this one thing that I do.
Makes two men miss. Maybe Kadarius Toney just is the best punt returner. Honestly, kind of makes sense. If he just becomes the best punt returner in the NFL, that seems like a role he was born to be in.
See, I think the Chiefs should be the number one fans of females because they're just walking red flags, all of them. They're just absolutely just red flags, all 11 red flags on the field at one time.
Women are attracted to red flags, right? But although I will push back on you and say that 0 red flags coming out of Travis Kelce. That guy has an impeccable record.
He had a reality dating show that he was the star of.
Travis Kelce?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That is a red flag.
Number 2, and I know you're not going to like this, the mustache.
Get out of our house.
Man, this half marathon, she's on her runner's high right now, and she's just taking everybody out. The mustache has got to go.
Natalie Aries off camera, off microphone, but she knows how much to raise her voice
On
to be
point,
heard
though,
and not heard, and she sure
She knew what to say and when to say it.
and how loud to say it. She sure did. Who haven't I? I feel like I didn't give Paxton Bailey any intro in the first half.
I was late. I had to tinkle in the second half.
You were late. I did kind of tell you where to sit, and I said your name at the time. Didn't give you a full intro. Paxton Bailey, responsible for over 10,000 views on this YouTube channel.
Heyo.
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm great to be here. I'm hoping to make some more views for here and every other video I am on /make.
Feels like we are getting views tonight, a lot more than usual, like by a large factor.
Is it because it's the Super Bowl rematch?
I think that's got to be it.
I think the quality of game definitely helps. I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been following us with the idea of watching one of our live streams, and then like a lot of the games that have been on primetime have been so shitty that nobody ends up watching.
Yeah.
And now some people may be taking this opportunity to actually tune into one of our live streams that maybe they found via the Shorts feed. So if you're one of those people, thank you for subscribing and following along. We do these all the time. We try and do like the noon Sunday games. We'll do a Monday night. We do a Thursday night. Come hang out with us. We'll have a silly goose time.
And here's how you can help. make multiple YouTube accounts and subscribe to all of our podcasts.
Yeah, dude.
As the cat feeder goes off here.
It's not important that
You
we
love the
have
cat
viewers.
feeder.
It's
You-
more
it-
important
you
that we have
respect the
illusion
cat
of-
feeder.
The cat
Yeah.
respects the cat feeder. Like it is literally just like laying there luxuriously eating.
Yeah, she sure is. Patrick Mahomes hands the ball off to Isaiah Pacheco. He runs angrily.
Another, first down.
man.
another big bouncing hit, but another first down.
His neck's gonna hurt.
My favorite part about him is he runs angry when there's no one within 10
Yeah.
yards of him.
He runs angry back to the huddle.
Yeah.
Watch his juke move.
Look at
His
him! Look
neck
at him
is
come
gonna
off the
hurt.
sideline in a second. I hope they show it because he comes off the huddle with the same energy.
Ow.
Watch
Ooh,
this.
he
He's gonna
does
bounce
take
up.
a-
Look at it.
Big pop by Blackburn on the
Dude,
play.
if I feel like to take a Philadelphia icon, he kind of looks like Rocky and Rocky 3, like when he's getting you're not so bad, like
Yeah.
the whole like taking your shot.
Pacheco receives the pitch, holding on the play. That one was so obvious we could see it from all the way in Dallas, Texas. Noah Gray on the hold. Offense that will stall the drive. Feels like one thing about this Chiefs offense is it felt like in the past they could get off schedule here. They could get in a 2nd and 20 or 2nd and 15 situation, and you weren't concerned whatsoever if you're a Chiefs fan. You just assumed they were going to get the first down. Now it feels like a drive killer, especially against the Philadelphia Eagles.
When you lose a wide receiver talent like Tyreek Hill, which absolutely is a coverage nightmare when you have Travis Kelce, a catch-all underneath. And it just seems like this year more than any, they really have struggled.
Handoff up the middle goes to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He finds a tiny little hole and squirts right through it.
Keep moving.
I'm telling you, he gained mass. And
He
it's
looks-
looking
I-
good on him.
Maybe it's just seeing him in the red jersey, but I tend to agree with you. Feels like maybe he was asked to put on some pounds or took it upon himself to put on some pounds with the idea of converting him to an every down back like he was drafted to be in the first round to maybe a goal line 3rd down type of fella.
I feel like he's more of a power gadget player. Like it's like he's there for the trick plays and stuff, but he's not there just for speed.
Power Gadget, my porn name. You can subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. He's going to run up the middle. He's got a lot of space to move, and he's going to slide short of the first down. Another gain of 10 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2, and I'm going to look like an idiot because I just talked about how the Chiefs can't get off schedule and get a first down, and now they're looking at 3rd and 2.
Yeah. And
Just-
like they're almost not quite 2 yards is a little long even for this play, but Guy brought up the tush push earlier. We haven't really seen many, if any, close calls. The chain game came out the one time, and it was pretty obviously a first down. This doesn't feel like it's been a game of inches at all. This feels like there's been a lot of room given to the
Game of
Chiefs
yards.
offense.
Patrick Mahomes drops back, moves up in the pocket again as he does so well oftentimes. Grabs hold of his ankle, overthrows Travis Kelce, who was open over the middle of the field, dangerously overthrows Travis Kelce over the middle.
That was such a dumb play by Patrick. He rushed into the front of the pocket for no reason, and then he had a safety out at the sticks. And I can't remember who it was. Maybe
Point it out,
Pacheco.
point it out.
Yeah, Pacheco right here standing at sticks, and he just runs into the pocket for no reason trying to find Kelce.
He did run directly
Yeah.
into that pressure, Paxton Bailey.
But that's what you live with. Again, this is to me. He reminds me of Brett Favre, was somebody that's like, "Don't do that, don't," and then it makes it happen. You're like, "Oh, great play."
You're going to steal money.
punts
from
away,
people,
punts
too.
away, punts away in the air.
Kelsey was wide open if he made that catch.
Bad punt. Kelce was
69.
wide open.
Did the Eagles?
Poor execution.
Did the Eagles run a wide 9? Like technically, are they really? It seems like their pass rush gets so far past him that he has step up lanes, and it's affecting his decision because he can see himself running, and then he just sees someone open out of the back of his head. He just like tries to wing it there.
That will be something to keep our eye on when the Eagles do come on. How are they lining up from the defensive
Because
standpoint?
it just looks like it looks like the ends are just all the way behind him, and he's got green grass either off tackle left or right.
I don't think we should announce the Pro Bowl game. I think we need to announce the Dodgeball Pro Bowl
Yeah.
live. I think that's
Announce
the-
when the highlights of them are on Twitter.
Well, that's the thing. That might be the one thing we could almost get away with just putting up on.
It
The
would be
TV
Where they would
great
just
to do the
want
Pro Bowl.
anybody to watch it.
Yeah, I don't think the NFL is super concerned. Maybe I'm wrong.
People
but
are going to be bored during Pro Bowl times because look to Pro Bowl week. Are you not bored that there's not a real football
Yeah.
game on?
I don't know if that's something that would be flagged. But either way, we should definitely do it for the channel. Pro Bowl game. If people are really tuning in when like the games are good, that might bode well for the channel.
Even when the
moving
games
forward.
are bad.
I wish that the
They're
Pro
not.
Bowl would actually just go back to being the Pro Bowl, but they would have to do two things: put it after the Super Bowl, and then two, put something at stake, like potentially.
A lot of money. It's got to be a lot of money.
I would argue draft positioning. NFC, AFC.
Like it actually affects the actual.
It
teams.
actually affects
Like
an
in
actual team.
the MLB. Their All-Star game affects home field
It
advantage.
did.
Right.
They backed that out. That's
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna say
Because-
that like it's fact because this isn't. Not
They
an
back
MLB.
that out.
Yeah, this is just a wild pitch, but I think that's that would make that the most interesting. That would make that game almost more interesting than the Super Bowl, or at least, at the very least, not a complete dud of a thing that no one watches.
They could
I-
even make it like a huge charity game.
I
That would
think.
bring more attention.
I think
to
the players' union would absolutely slam the gavel down on a no
Why?
for that.
Why?
No
Why
chance.
would they?
Because they're not getting paid extra for that Pro Bowl game, and
That's why I say it needs to be a lot of money, like $1 million per player,
yeah,
if they
'cause
win the Pro Bowl.
it's not a contracted game, so that's why players can opt out of it, and you see a
Sure.
lot of players.
I don't mind them doing flag football for the record. It's
Yeah.
just got to be put together in a fashion that's visually appealing.
And the thing was flag football. We could still lose. Like I could still see like Japan coming out.
No
and having
chance,
a
As
game.
dude.
of last week, when tied or trailing, Jalen Hurts' percentage rises to 72%, 13 TDs, no interceptions, and 119 passer rating.
And that's a guy fact for you.
Oh
Hey,
man,
Not for girls.
somebody likes a challenge.
Come on, baby.
Hey, how early can we put money on the USA flag football team? Like when do that
There's
line
got to
open?
be lines out there.
Oh,
Jalen Hurts dropping back to pass, throws it deep to the right, and it's caught by AJ
Come
Brown
on.
out of
Did he get
bounds.
down?
I didn't.
Well
He
out
bobbled
of
it.
bounds, ball poorly placed. If they apparently the NFL is encouraging starting NFL current football players
That's what I'm hearing.
to do flag football in the Olympics, which
How would they
means
lose?
that means to me that the NFL is going to pay those players out for going out and playing football, which means to me we're going to see like a retired Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes reunion.
And awesome USA jerseys.
Oh my God.
I would love.
Oh,
that
no,
would be-
good point. Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts drops back. Spin
Whoa.
move out of DeAndre Swift, advances the ball for about 9 yards. It'll be third and short. And
What do we
now
call?
we're gonna see the butt push.
The tush push, dude. You are bad at
So
this.
the jerseys, they're wearing the sleeveless skin type, like if you went to
all
a
in on those.
Pro-Am or something.
USA Tyreek Hill Patrick Mahomes jersey would be sweet. Here we go. Not a
No,
tush
not a
push.
tush.
Handoff to
Awkward handoff.
Swift. Another one of those awkward handoffs we were talking about earlier, kind of
Why?
delayed.
Why?
Yeah, everyone just gave
Why?
up again.
Because the NFL's figured out the tush push.
No.
No, they
They were just
didn't
not
go
going
under
close
center.
enough.
He should have been under center for that short yardage.
Wild.
Yeah, that's a terrible. That's
That's
mean,
what
5
the
years
fans
back.
wanted.
I
The
think it was
fans
2
want the
yards,
push.
and that's just outside the push.
Barstool had
At that point, line up tush push and
Yeah.
fake pitch out to your
Or that, or just run an
Team
option,
did that.
run a classic option, or something under center. When you line up in shotgun or pistol, you're 3 to 5 yards now further back.
I'm a heavy
Yeah.
shotgun fan.
punt is in the air. Kadarius Toney has been balling out returning these punts this game. Let's see how this one goes. He's got a little bit of space. He's
Oh!
gonna break one tackle.
Whoa!
Oh!
Well,
And
if he gets the fumble, does he get his ball back?
I don't think he fumbled.
Oh, I thought he did.
I think
He just
someone's
kinda did.
head fell off.
Oh,
I think he just kind of did a little Madden, like the Sims
I
kind
thought
of
that was
thing,
the
where you're,
ball.
like when you're playing the Sims and you run through a wall somehow and you reset. Like that was kind of that move.
It looked like
Yeah.
a bad animation.
Yeah,
It did. It
Yeah,
did look like a bad
This
animation.
is definitely a glitch in the script.
The way he like hesied that tackler and like somehow dropped his head, but also avoided the tackle. It looked like
Look
A glitch
Miles,
in the Matrix.
Look what Miles said. The NFL's scripted. That's how scripted it is.
It's
that-
100%.
It's all just really good CGI.
I blame myself for that when I called the Rams winning the Super Bowl 2 years ago. I feel like I put that seed in Miles' brain that it was scripted when I was like, LA. They want LA to win a championship to try
For
to
the
get
new SoFi
fans
Stadium, I think it was.
to have LA fans because
Yeah.
they want the most uncaring fans to care for an NFL team, and it's so hard.
That was crazy that in all of the NFL's history, no home team ever won a Super Bowl, like in their own arena.
Yeah.
And then the Buccaneers did it, and then the next year the Rams did it.
Interesting.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was weird. Makes you think, I
Makes
wonder
you
if there's
think,
any script writers involved.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit overzealous.
How do you feel about Black Friday football?
I hate it.
Love it. I don't think I've broken that news to Natalie yet.
I'm not listening. What?
She's not listening. Are you at least subscribing?
So Black Friday, they have a football game.
For the first time ever.
That's fine. Thursday afternoon.
NFL football game. She wants to go actual in-store Black Friday shopping.
Jesus.
What do you have
Amazon is
your eye
amazing
on,
about it.
or as far as the Black Friday?
A few different things. We're working
See
on
now
it.
how she's talking quietly, so the mic can't pick her up. When earlier she was making
Shout
fun
it
of me.
out to the listeners. Maybe they'll buy us.
That mustache comment was
That
at 100 decibels.
Everyone's wish list on here, and people can send me.
Yeah, you can subscribe to Natalie's wish list on Amazon.
Thanks.
Just send us envelopes full of cash.
Or you can just subscribe to the channel and leave a like, guys. Maybe we
I'll take
relax.
that too.
We need to get a PO box.
Look at Kid getting a progressive ad.
Who's this?
Kid Reed
Play, dude.
House Party. Kid and Play.
I don't know what that means.
You child.
So, if you had grown up in the 90s, there was a movie called House Party
It's
with
actually
Chris Kid Reed and
First one was
his
good.
partner Play, which is that guy right there. And it was basically young kids having a house party.
Dancing with the Stars, a celebration of Taylor Swift tomorrow live.
So it's all
Sorry, Ryan Perrio, finish that
I
thought.
assume so,
But yeah, it was a comedy movie back in the early 90s it's kind of become a cult phenomenon.
Handoff up the middle. Whew. Gain of 0.
I believe they remade it last year. Did
They
like a
did.
reboot, and it was
It was pretty
terrible.
bad, yeah.
I never saw it.
They did it. They put it in LeBron's house because apparently LeBron is also a house party fan like myself.
Donna
And
Kelsey. They're going to show Donna Kelsey more than they showed Taylor Swift. Oh, there we go. There's Taylor.
Yep.
Why does her crotch look so weird in that cutout?
Looks.
I mean,
Padded.
it is a one.
I'm gonna get death threats if I say what I was about to say.
No, I'm just saying.
Have you heard the theory that she's actually a lesbian? She gives out lots of.
Ooh, I
Oh,
like
she
that.
absolutely is.
Good.
Really, Miles thinks that. That's interesting.
There's actually
Breaking. Anyways, Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. He throws to Travis Kelsey. Breaks a tackle. Speak of the devil. Gain of 8 on the play. It'll be 3rd and short.
Miles calls Taylor a lesbian because she was attracted to him.
yeah. No, I'll say this fun fact I know about the Taylor Swift fandom universe. There is a big divide to a point where they dislike each other actively of fans. There is a group that are called Gaylers, the group that believes that Taylor Swift is in fact gay. And then the other group, it's something else that's not Swiftie because that's the collective, but they basically believe that she's not gay. One believes gay, one not. They hate each other. It's weird.
And the whole thing could be trumped by
Snap is away. There's a flag on the play. Go ahead, Paxton.
I said the whole thing could be trumped by bisexuality being the answer.
Impossible.
Oh, 100%. It's
So
fine.
while you guys are talking about Taylor Swift, fans, Travis Kelsey viciously hip drop tackled, had to jog off the field. Looks like his ankle. See, watch this
No.
blatant
Look at that.
hip drop tackle.
That's more violent than a
Oh,
Mortal
no.
Kombat fatality. Finish him.
Just rip his heart out, why don't you?
Yeah. Eject him. Get him out of the game. We can't have it.
I never want to see him again. I
Vontae's
never want to see him again.
perfect, and then that guy.
Never mind Travis Kelsey in next play. But anyways, Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, throws it deep. He's got his man open.
Oh.
Again, is that Justin Watson
Yes,
again?
it was.
This is
why I think the Eagles are just like they watch the film and like we're not at all concerned about Justin Watson getting open and we're barely going to cover him.
But it just seems weird. It's like your most successful drives have been running Isaiah Pacheco 2 or 3
Missed him.
times, and now it's like all of a sudden we've completely run away from that and just we're doing lobs and
Seem to be working well.
He looks like middle of Tom Brady dynasty where one wide
Punt
receiver
is
just-
away.
Okay.
Punt is in the air. Punt is caught on the 15-yard line. Advances the ball. Got a lot of space to work with, but there's a flood of red that he skirts right into the middle of.
Wow.
Good
Brenton
return.
Covey.
It's been a special team sort of day.
It's been not a great day for offensive lines. It seems like both defense lines have been in the backfield
Yeah.
most of the game.
It does feel like the Eagles' chances are slipping away quicker than guys are in terms of the score of this game right now.
I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah.
Guy also an Eagles fan, so double. You just made fun of Guy
Yeah.
twice there.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, buddy.
It's all right.
That's what happens. You go to the church at LSD.
It's a double guy tundra.
Yeah, I think the Eagles still in this game, but if they don't score here, I think that hurts them because it is nice for them to be able to just run the ball. And when you're down 2 scores in the fourth quarter, it really discourages you from running the ball, staying into that game. That being said, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing for this Eagles offense because maybe that just makes them force the ball down the field, which is what they need to do in the first place. And then Jalen Hurts does it with his feet, right? So I don't know. What do you think, Guy? Would you prefer you to not be down multiple scores in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I'd prefer that. I'd like to get to double digits already.
What a hot take as a Philly
Interesting
fan.
take.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Do you think the offense is operating better when they're down, and that's why you said that stat that you did earlier?
Yeah.
Or do you think it's more of
I
just
think they're gonna pop off. They need to get AJ Brown involved. I mean,
That's what I'm
he's
thinking.
he's tied for it's neck and neck with Tyreek for number 1 receiving. I mean, he's
The thing
fucking
is,
killing it.
receiving yards? Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing is, them and also sadly the Chiefs in this game and the Dolphins are all fourth quarter teams.
yeah.
They back end all of their points. It seems like the end of the third and fourth
I don't know if
quarter.
that's true.
I
about
don't know at all.
Dolphins.
Like especially the Chiefs and the Dolphins last week, I think disproves that all the way around. Like the
Maybe
Chiefs,
less so
won
now,
out
the
the
early
first
season, at
half.
least.
The Dolphins crushed it in the third half, and then they just could not get it together in the fourth.
I think the Chiefs of old were definitely a fourth quarter team that just figured it out in the end. And I guess you could say the Chiefs would be a fourth quarter team. But I don't think the Dolphins are in any way, shape, or form a fourth quarter team this season. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like I'm done watching the Dolphins game by about the end of the second quarter.
That's when you get speed merchant players and stuff that are what they call dynamic. It's still a grinded out game, and I think you can only grind it. You can't grind out with speed all game long. They're going to get tired. They're going to get slow. They
really can only win in one way.
Yeah.
And that really makes me more concerned about them than even like a team like the Cleveland Browns or the Lions. Like it feels like those teams can win in multiple ways. And the Dolphins can just win in one way, and that's just air the ball out, baby, which doesn't work well sometimes in certain months of the year. Anyways, Jalen Hurts just threw a ball right into the turf to Devontae Smith.
I was really hoping that was going to change with Achan's return, but it looks like he was right in and right back out for injury.
Yep.
I'm worried about that knee.
I am really worried
I
about
didn't see that.
Achan in general because the number one knock on an undersized, super fast running back coming out of college is he going to be able to be durable in the NFL? That's his only question mark coming out of college.
It's not
And
a
he
good
has
start.
proven, no, I am not durable, which is concerning.
Sir, first answer is no.
Yeah. Second answer, back on IR. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jalen Hurts drops back to pass, play action, throws it over the middle.
Almost, not
to-
quite. I
Ooh.
think. Maybe. I don't know.
Champion Heisman winner, Devontae
David
Smith.
J.
Do we feel like
Undisputed.
Achan's going to return, or is he back out for the season?
I don't think he's on IR again yet. I think that was going to be an evaluation
Yeah.
today, and that's just reports I'm reading while I'm working, like an actual
Yeah.
sort of job.
They took him out as precaution out of the game, so they don't.
Here we go, butt push.
First one.
Oh yeah! I like that.
2.5 yards. That's crazy.
I mean,
Can't stop it.
if it was a video game, in the video game version of real simulated NFL football, you could just run this play
Look at that.
theoretically
There are
every
people-
single
every
time.
single-
They're
and
even
just
on
run
it.
it down the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
How I operated my NCAA.
But look at 23.
2012 team.
Look at 23. He's there. He's and he There's just no
There's
way.
too much momentum.
It's inspiring.
They take people surfing.
So damn inspiring.
You have to come in and just all jump at their knees.
And there's
Hand
no
off
way
jet
to do it.
sweep to Swift, who was lined up as a wide receiver.
Whoa!
Breaks a tackle, makes another man miss, and he's deep going down the pole. And he gets RKO'd by McDuffie.
It was worth it.
It's more of a rock bottom, to be honest, but it's also a hip toss, and you keep saying a hip tackle.
A hip drop, bro.
There it is.
That was a hip tackle
That was
is
a hip throw.
a hip drop tackle is literally 14 times more violent than what McDuffie just did to Swift. Wow,
That
his
was-
head
that
went
was literally
right
a rock
onto the
bottom,
turf.
though.
He needs to be in concussion protocol. His head hit off turf really hard.
Elbow next.
Hate to see it.
Yep. Jalen Hurts in shotgun, drops back to pass. He does. Throw it up to the man of the hour that we were calling earlier. A.J. Brown runs
Right,
a poor
we need to
route.
take shots like that, though. That's what we need.
That's what we were talking about, though.
Yeah.
We need to see more of that out of this
Yeah.
offense. They didn't take enough shots in the
First
first
down.
half.
Shot.
But AJ Brown could really try to draw that flag if he tried to work back inside.
Well, I think that's what he was thinking, but yeah, he just misread that ball. Just kind of stopped his route a little bit short.
Yeah.
Great pass by
Pretty-
Jalen. Honestly,
pretty
AJ just
pass.
fucked it up. And you got to make catches like that sometimes.
Yeah.
1 reception for 8 yards. A.J. Brown, not a great
Only
game.
1 and 4 too.
Keep forcing the ball to him, obviously. He's your superstar, and they're going to get the ball to him here. A.J. goes in motion. Handoff, no, to
I like that.
Devontae.
Damn it!
I like that play.
Get in, Devontae.
That was an interesting little mix 'em up.
The
There-
Heisman Award champion winner.
Some halftime adjustments here to do a little more razzle dazzle in the offense. Try to really stymie that pass rush from coming straight at Jalen Hurts.
Little Philly special.
They're opening up the playbook to confuse
Philly
this
special.
defensive line.
I think-
Well said,
I think
Ryan Perrio.
they're
We're
working
going to see
too
a Philly
well.
special tonight.
I love a good trick play for what it's worth. I think they're one of the best parts of watching football. Is
What about a
when you
good poncho?
Jalen Hurts in shotgun alone. 3 seconds on the play clock. Snap is away. It's a run play. And he got space. And he hit it for a touchdown. And the Eagles are within 1 score.
Hey, let me point out another stat. If you take out Jalen Hurts rush touchdowns this year, the Eagles lose all their games.
Really?
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Probably going to be true for this game as well.
Mm.
After that rushing touchdown by Jalen Hurts.
Fun fact.
Lane Johnson with a great seal.
Gosh, he turns it up.
68 just sealed off the outside, but Lane Johnson made
My
that
line
work.
was just ready for just someone to come on. I love a good.
A
Full
3-point
guard play.
game we're looking at, assuming they can keep this in between.
Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good.
All right.
And the Eagles are within 1 field goal. I wonder how Swift is doing after that tackle. Seriously though, like that was his head went.
Pretty hard into the
We'll have to
ground.
wait
What did
for
you
the-
say? It wasn't an RKO. It was
rock
a what?
bottom.
It was a rock bottom.
It was a rock
I
bottom.
think that Congress
Been-
needs to
been
put
there.
in legislation
Yeah.
Still there.
banning
Yeah.
bump stocks and hip drop tackles all together in one play.
Tackle them straight into Ryan's
Congress,
apartment.
like we pay them, if they can get together.
It's the
ban
the
bump
rider.
stocks, just take the hip tackles, drop tackles. God damn it, I'm tired of seeing it.
Some gun humor for the episode.
Take it away.
Always brings the mood up in the room.
Yeah.
For sure.
We can talk about that sort of thing. We were planning on having Pat McAfee on the show. It doesn't feel right at this moment. We were also expecting to
It's
have
not the right time.
a packed full casting couch, and that's not exactly what we were getting. So Pat did say he would be on. We did advertise him being on. We advertised Shaquille O'Neal being on. We advertised maybe that other parts of Shaquille O'Neal would be on the stream, but it doesn't feel like that's going to happen tonight. They all did agree to it for the record, but I don't think they're going to make it.
Well, everyone's a little down because Zach Wilson got fired today.
Zach Wilson
Yeah,
did
yeah.
get benched.
As you know, Shaq's a big Jets fan.
Is he? I didn't know
and
that.
Shaq's member,
Yeah. Oh,
Somehow,
aka Kevin Hart.
and somehow Brandon Staley still is employed.
How is that? How is that?
Stop asking. They're not gonna fire me. He's such a little weenie, dude. And like
He looks like the
obviously he's
dude
wrong.
from Parks and Rec, like the Daryl from Step Brothers, the older brother.
Well,
Kind of, he looks like that guy. He looks like Adam Scott. I think
Yeah,
is his name.
Yeah.
and kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier when we were shitting on Zach Wilson, saying like it's not my fault. How are you looking at Brandon Staley and saying it's not my fault? Like it's still my job. I'm doing everything I need to.
You have two all-world defensive linemen and an all-world safety, and your defense is second to last in the NFL.
And he's got terrible situational play calling.
No, that's because you go by analytics, and then again, when you're using gambling numbers, so sometimes you're on the losing end of those gambling numbers, and he's been on the losing end of those blackjack deals way too many often. Like it's like, why do you keep going back and playing blackjack if you lose?
Because it's fun.
Quit hitting.
You might win.
Yes,
one day,
quit hitting on
Yeah.
King Queen for that one card.
but it hits. every now and
Quit
then.
hitting on 19, Brandon
Kick it away.
Staley.
One more.
Just play that. Just
For sure, the same reason I'm still gambling, kick in the end zone. For sure, the same reason I'm still gambling on the NFL. It's just fun.
Do you gamble?
Yeah.
Cards?
No, I've never really gambled for real money. Ever in my past.
Smart.
In cards, not in sports gambling.
I want to go to WinStar so badly.
I
Why?
just got back from a week at Vegas.
Oh, really? I don't want to go to Vegas because I know I'd spend too much money there.
While Formula One was going on,
Yeah,
Patrick
I was on the
Mahomes
track.
in
Yeah.
shotgun, play action, looks deep downfield, pump fakes. Rashee Rice with the ball in his hands, and guess what? Something electric happened. He skirts down the line after a little bit of a hesitation, gets the first down. Maybe we should just throw screens to him more often.
forget Justin Watson. Maybe he saw the 4 and thought it was Justin Watson.
I mean, a lot of separation there. Did you see how Rashee Rice had 15 yards of separation, and he's on the sideline where he should be.
Justin Watson's triple covered. That's where the ball goes.
Pitch to
Is the flag down?
Hold.
flag in the backfield, definitely in the range of holding,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's a miracle hands to the face. I think this is going to be offense on Travis Kelce.
Oh, yeah.
Where are the script writers on that one?
Red flag, babe. Get out.
They were
Taylor Swift's like,
back.
hell yeah,
He's
he is.
aggressive.
Hell yeah, he holds.
Someone put that referee's family in witness protection program.
Dox him.
Ooh, that is a ticky-tack call.
No, I disagree.
I mean, he
Hassan Reddick got absolutely grippable upon.
Yeah, but he
let go
grabbed the
really
back
quick.
of his-
He went let go like immediately. Like he did. Like it wasn't like he was riding him to the ground.
It's a
Paxton
whole
Bailey.
other
He touched
relationship.
outside of the shoulder in any way. That's
Last
a foul.
time we did
You
that
gotta keep it
play,
within
there
the
was a
tits.
touchdown and there was no call.
Keep it within the tits. Anyways, Patrick Mahomes keeps it raw. Rashee Rice back on the field, getting another target again, wide open. No one anywhere even near him. There's a white guy covering him.
Hey.
What are they thinking?
You leave him alone.
What?
One of us.
He might be
One
Mormon,
of
dude.
us.
Not one of me.
Salt Lake City.
Who is?
I said the guy that covering him might be one of those Mormons from Salt Lake City. The team
They-
told us about.
They are pretty. They are
Three
pretty.
receptions, 37
That's how they're
yards.
gonna-
Justin
He's gonna be as
Turner,
great as he does.
8 receptions for 20 yards.
Immediately runs back.
They want to
off.
be the white on rice.
Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, throws it deep. Ooh, back
No,
shoulder. That's going to be a flag.
Oh.
That's
Darius Slay, big play Slay, is going to get called for a big pass interference here. And I'm going to hold my opinion until I see the replay.
Yeah.
I think if he looks back for the ball, this flag doesn't come out. But I think his head was looking at the receiver.
Let's see this replay.
We are going to look at this replay here. MVS on the
That's fine.
target.
That's fine.
Hand on the shoulder.
He kind of
Oh!
did grab his arm.
In slow motion, that didn't look
Looks like the
bad
ball
at
was-
all.
The ball.
That was a bad call. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was a
The
bad
ball
call.
But
was
I'm just saying, if he
underthrown.
turns his head around, if his head's back around towards the quarterback, it's
You're
not
right.
called.
Still a bad call, but you're right. Handoff up the middle, gain of 2 on the play by Isaiah
It's all
Pacheco. That was a bad call.
Yeah.
Come on, man. They're not even.
It's very some of these calls have been very ticky tack. Like it seems like it's been light contact. Some of these holds and
That's
You know
wild.
what that was? That was the referee got a
Kelsey
text
arguing with him.
after the Kelsey hold in his pocket, and he's like, "Hey,
Taylor's one.
He had a million tweets. They were
I
all
have your dog, and if you ever want to see your dog again,
I'm looking at your Swifty tickets to Eris right now. I can
PI.
cancel them.
Travis Kelsey out to the right of the line of scrimmage. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun. Pacheco blocks. Mahomes throws it deep downfield. MVS targeted on the play, and he got his feet turned around. That was a really bad route by MVS.
It is kind of
Very
wild
lazy.
to
Like
think
it
about.
looked like if he had ran full speed, that would have been at least in the
contention.
vicinity.
Yeah.
He looked like he didn't think he was going to get the ball coming his way, and he pulls up right there, and then he tries to gear it back down.
And that was Reed Blankenship, the white guy I was trashing on earlier on the coverage. Well covered, MVS. What were you saying, Guy, earlier?
No, you pretty much covered it. But I think it's wild that Kelsey has the ability to manipulate men.
Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, this time not into pressure, throws it up over the middle. Looks like that was skipped off the turf. There's a flag on the play as well. Incomplete pass. Kadarius Toney targeted on that play. Patrick Mahomes shouting, Andy Reid staring, referees talking.
Andy Reid looks so dumb for a half a second.
Speak up, Paxton. Illegal contact, Darius Slay.
Come
The
on.
audience wants to hear your voice. They want to hear your
10,000 viewers. We got to make it 10,001.
Paxton Bailey, tell us about your podcast.
The Dingbat District podcast is doing a lot better. We had a couple clips on Instagram go 1,500.
Hell yeah, dude.
Recently, that was pretty awesome.
4 digits, bitches.
Yeah,
For a
big
new
upgrades.
Instagram channel, that's huge.
Exactly. And the next episode to drop is the new official upgrades to the show.
Hell yeah. We'll tell him about that after this play. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. He's going to look for his check down. His check down's on the turf. He's going to look to his not check down.
Tipped.
Is that tip?
Good
Good
job, 31. Get in the lane.
Appeared to be tipped. You said it was 31 Kevin Byard
Yep.
on the tip.
Great play.
You'll see.
Boy, he really
It
does.
was. Good spot.
He really
Good spot,
does
Ryan.
change the
Yeah.
back of the defense, getting a safety that's a little bit, I guess I would say, savvy and
It's
Yeah,
got balls.
From the Titans, right?
Yeah.
Traded there from the
Yeah.
Titans right before the trade deadline. Yeah,
He
great
was-
acquisition.
He was a whole big reason of them ever getting in the playoffs when they did a few years back.
Yeah, well, when you're starting a white guy at defensive back, you might as well get anybody else. Patrick Mahomes, screen pass to McCole Hardman again. We've seen him get a little bit of play. Maybe the weather's bad than we're seeing here, than we're giving it
There's
credit
still
for.
a lot of ponchos, dude.
We are keeping our
Poncho
eyes
watch is hot.
on Pacho watch, and we got to say numbers are up. Numbers are back
Yeah.
up.
I don't feel like anybody that didn't already have a poncho on has added one.
No,
And there's probably a few people who are like, "Well, I'm wearing a piece of plastic and now I'm sweatier than I would have been if I just didn't wear this to begin with." So they've removed them. But ultimately, it's still a rainy, sludgy, slippery sort of day.
the poncho meter well below peak, but it's still way up there. Patrick Mahomes hands the ball off up the
Big.
middle.
Big hole there.
Jarek McKinnon runs through a big gaping hole for a gain of 10 and a first down.
Really gaping.
What a weapon that rarely gets used too. Like Jarrett McKinnon coming out of college was basically a do-it-all runner, and he was at Minnesota for a few years. You thought he had a good couple years there. Then they got Dalvin Cook and kind of moved on from Jarek, and he's a real weapon because he's got speed and catchability. So he's a weapon.
He's a pro for sure. Whenever he touches the ball, never feels like, oh, this guy doesn't belong in the NFL, like when you watch Latavius Murray run. Anyways, handoff goes to Isaiah Pacheco. He gets taken down in the backfield, loss of a half a yard.
It does feel like this Chiefs running group, their core, if you will, is really into the Madden moves. Like we're seeing a lot of spinning tonight. We're seeing a lot of the juking, like just more so than Philadelphia for sure, who seems to just be just straight running through the gaps.
They're getting a little stick
I don't know
happy.
about. I wouldn't say that. DeAndre Swift has definitely utilized a spin move a good 3 to 4 times. This
Have we
game.
seen him back since he got
I thought-
RKO'd?
I don't think we've had the Eagles have had the ball since he got RKO'd. That's
You're right.
That's how long this.
And
drive
that was like a quarter and a half ago, it feels like, as we go
Yeah.
into the commercial break of the third quarter here. We're not missing anything. That's the one thing I've noticed when I'm doing these casts is I forget to tell the audience we went to a commercial. Now theoretically they're sunk up with us. Theoretically they might not be. So not announcing that we're watching a commercial break, that could be confusing. Just a note to myself while we're watching this commercial.
You are humble.
Oh, we got another Willy Wonka.
Who's excited about this one?
Not me.
Miles
No.
Francis.
No one. No.
So this is the third Wonka of our lifetime.
This is a
right?
Wonka. This is a Wonka prequel, I guess. This is how he became Willy Wonka. So
Oh, it's a new movie.
This
It's
is
not a
story
remake.
You don't
Yeah.
need.
But it's not Johnny Depp. I guess if it's a
No.
remake,
No.
if it's a prequel.
It's
What's
also not Gene Wilder.
it's the dude from Dune, isn't it? Isn't it
Yes,
the,
Timothy Chalamet, that
Yeah.
little ninny.
Guess who I played in Willy Wonka?
Oompa Loompa.
The one that ate
Were you-
the blueberry stuff.
No.
you were
Violet
you were
Beauregard?
Veruca Salt? She got the squirrels, like the squirrels
Yeah.
carried you away.
But Daddy, I want a squirrel.
Yeah.
I want him.
I want him now.
I don't know the movie that well. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I watched it a lot when I was a kiddo, but I don't remember it. All
That was
too
the only
well.
Christmas movie.
Which
that I
which
liked.
one
That's
did
a
you watch? The
Christmas
Johnny
movie?
Depp or the Gene
It's
Wilder
a
one?
Christmas movie.
Gene.
Was it
The
not?
Gene Wilder one really
I think
got
Christmas is
negative
mentioned
reviews
once.
because of how quiet it was.
The what?
The Gene Wilder one because of how quiet he was. Like he wasn't like
Oh, he wasn't louder.
it was.
as
Well, he
the-
just kind
as
of played
the-
this like straight laced character. Like he was just kind of calm and meta. Like whereas Johnny Depp is kind of more of a character.
Taylor Swift dream.
Oh,
I
What were
feel
you,
like you're
what were you
forgetting
saying,
about-
Miles?
Well, now I'm saying I feel like he's forgetting about the riverboat sequence in the first movie. That motherfucker was terrifying.
In what movie?
Willy Wonka.
The
It scared a lot of
Yeah,
kids.
they do this like crazy scene where they're going down like the chocolate river in this boat, and like this movie turns into this like crazy bad psychedelic drug trip for like 45
Honestly,
seconds.
I don't remember.
Both versions
It's
of
wild.
it was trippy. Like I remember being a little kid watching the
Gene Wilder.
No, not the Gene Wilder, the other one,
The Johnny Depp
the
one.
Johnny Depp one, and it being just as like trippy for me as a kid, at least.
See,
I think the dad being a dentist was the scariest part of the Johnny
We-
Depp one for me.
We are coming back from commercial break. Patrick Mahomes takes the shotgun snap, drops back to pass, throws it up over the middle of Travis Kelce. Taken down for a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and about 6. And we're going to get an injury timeout, which means we are going to get talked.
Oh, that's Milton Williams, who had a hot first half.
Good run stuffer.
That was Milton. That was 93.
Old Milty.
I think I think the Chiefs are kind of disagreeing with the validity of this injury from what the expressions on the sideline
Well,
right
he
now.
is fuming. Look at that snarl he just gave. Did you
No,
see
he's
that?
just tired. He was just heavy.
Yeah, you might want to take a minute for the kind of hit.
Yeah. Milton collides with his teammate pretty hard. I think that was Fletcher Cox he ran
Yeah,
into.
it kind of under the helmet too. It wasn't like
Yeah.
so. Even if he didn't get clean shot chin, like it definitely pulled your neck. Definitely pulled your neck in a different direction than it's normal.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. Growing up, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
Mhm.
when the Bumble came out, couldn't watch. Also, in the elephant graveyard scene in Lion King, hid my eyes. Didn't want to watch it.
The Grinch movie when he jumped down in the mailroom to scare Cindy Lou Who, that got me so jacked up I almost fought like any person next to me. That tripped me out. Like
Really?
yeah, like it was such a fight or flight response when he jumped down.
Really?
I was so tripped out. I hated it.
Is that why you never became a mailman after that? Like the thought of some Grinch guy just jumping into your space.
I did hate the Grinch, but for different reasons.
I played the Grinch downtown in Bishop
That
Arts.
makes sense.
It was one of the coolest gigs I ever had. It paid really well, and like literally, I just got to fuck with people. And like there'd be outdoor dining, so I'd like go by and like steal people's silverware and shit. And I'd literally take people's drinks sometimes.
I
And,
thought
like,
you were about to say dreams. I was like, Jesus Christ,
yeah,
Brian Dawkins over here.
When I would decorate my apartment, I would do a Grinch theme where I would hang one string of lights and I'd have the Grinch basically look like he's taking down my Christmas
That
lights.
is the
So
most
it'd be
genius way to decorate, dude.
a stack of Christmas lights just laying on the ground, the Grinch like pulling the last piece. It was like minimal effort and maximum reward.
Yeah, that I was literally talking about that very design earlier today. That is the premium way to decorate your house for Christmas.
Either that or
the
somebody
opposite of Natalie's Halloween.
Either that or if somebody
And I'm
has
assuming Christmas.
I'm
the
all
neighbor should just have a sign that just says ditto.
yeah, literally, dude. We're with her.
I'm all about the blow up Santas and stuff. I've fallen off of one roof before, and no more will my roofs be lighted by me.
I do like the one where you hang like a mannequin of a Santa off the edge of your roof as if he's fallen, and it's like, hey, that's classic.
The blow-ups only work when there's snow on the ground. If there's no snow on the ground,
They look
those blow-ups
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
100%.
I'm not falling off another
I'm
roof.
supposed to believe that's a snow globe. Get out of here.
Football's back on. Travis Kelce goes in another cheeky motion just to see who's covering him. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. He throws to Pacheco.
Just shy of
Nope. Kadarius Toney for a gain of 5. On
Feels
the
like
play
he's having a
we've-
career
I was
day.
going to say, I'm
Fourth
going to
down.
check his fantasy stats here in a second. I'm curious to see what he is pulling this
It's
game.
going to be extremely underwhelming.
He's gonna have 7.2 points.
I feel like he has like
But that's a
4 or
career
5
day for
first
him.
It
downs.
is.
Yeah.
It is a career day for him. Guess who's in though? Rasheed Rice. He's getting the football now.
And Kadarius Toney playing fullback. Isn't that
Yeah.
Tony's going to catch a
Oh.
touchdown here. I feel it. Not
Kadarius
this
Toney
play,
goes in
this
motion. Handoff is up the middle to
Damn.
Pacheco.
Damn.
First down.
He got good news on the sideline. He was less angry.
I mean, there's a lot of football left to be played. There's 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So, it's far from over, but feels like
It's kind of a soul-crushing drive. if you're
this is a
defense.
soul-crushing drive that feels like it's lasted 14 minutes.
It's a clock sucking one for sure, too.
Yeah. They are matriculating the
Oh,
ball
he got
down the
that.
field.
I didn't think he got that. That is my mistake.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they just tell Pacheco like this guy like killed your mom? Like it's like they're just giving him angry news at all times.
Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. Pass is to Travis Kelce right in the middle. Oh, he fumbled! And there's the big stop that the Eagles needed.
Whoa.
Kelsey knows it's fumble too.
A rare one on Kelsey.
No script writers getting involved. No flag on the play.
No
The,
Nazi arm signals.
the Eagles have the ball back.
Not with
I
McVay.
felt like that was going to happen right before it happened.
Wow. What a great
Is that-
punch out.
Is that Maddox?
You gotta believe, and when you believe, you quietly
I
believe
think
and keep it to yourself while you're sitting next to us on the couch
To
live.
quote Taylor Swift, it seems like that's bad blood. But
Yeah, now we got problems, bro.
Bradley Roby on the punch out.
Travis looking
former
upset.
Texan Bradley Roby.
Travis looking upset on the sideline.
Well, don't
dude.
you look silly as a Texas fan
Yeah,
now.
loser.
He punches out football.
He was a solid cover quarter. We got a good compensation. We traded him to New Orleans. I think we got a second or third.
His beard looks great though. It's so
I hate that it looks so good. It looks really good.
I think it's the rain. It's the moisture.
Pissed about
The
it.
poncho. It's the
I'm
poncho.
so pissed about that. All right, you know who I'm not pissed about is Devontae Smith because he's been balling this game. He goes in motion, and the play is to him. He's gonna get balls over the air, and it falls harmlessly.
Okay, incomplete.
Is that
Oh.
incomplete or fumble?
Incomplete. McDuffie was scarily close
To a
to the
pick
tip
six.
ball.
That would have been a pick six if he was able to run that down because I don't think
Did not need that in my
It is a forward pass. Oh boy,
God.
Alberta.
Oh, so close.
Legarius Sneed.
AJ Brown with the play of the game just to hold up OJ or
That
McDuffie.
was Sneed on the
And I
tackle.
don't think he actually ever realized that the ball was
Yeah.
there.
But I'm just saying, AJ Brown making sure that he had to run
Play.
through him for the INT.
Mhm.
ballsy play on the 10.
Here we go. Swift motions back into the backfield. Hurts is going to not hand the ball off to him. It's going to be another screen, and he's going to get munched up.
Mm.
Why?
Jones?
Julio
Julio
Jones
Jones.
sighting. That is who that pass was to.
That's who you need right
That's
now.
depth.
That's who you want to throw your screen pass to is Julio Jones. 45-year-old Julio Jones.
Doesn't have any more damn cartilage.
Look at the hoodie. There's a lot of ponchos. Lots of
Oh,
ponchos.
yeah. Look at all those poncho watch.
There's
Okay,
also a
there's
lot
not
of
that
chains.
many.
90% ponchos. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Is it just me or Spagnuolo?
Look at it. There's double ponchos.
That's a lot of ponchos.
That's a yellow and a red.
I can't argue. Well,
Is it just me or Spagnuolo look like Mahomes' dad?
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, Jalen Hurts drops back to pass, moves up into the pocket. He's got some moves to run, and he does. He takes a little bit of a pop on the shoulder, but ain't shit. to Jalen Hurts, gain of 5 on the play.
4th down, though, that's
Also a
not
nice pop
enough.
for an extra yard.
Mike Dana on the big old pop.
Gosh.
Depth piece for that Kansas City.
That feels like such a deflating drive after the turnover there. They really did nothing with that.
Well, they might go
They
for it.
they
Here.
prevented
4th
the
and 5,
score.
you think they're going
At
for
the
this?
10?
They're not going for this.
Not the 15.
Nick's got a pair on him. Nick's got a pair on him.
This has fake punt written all over it, but it's not. Punts away in the air. Kadarius Toney is returning another one.
There's
Oh, and he's got a lot of space, and he's gonna run, and he's gonna make one man miss, and he's gonna make a second man miss, make a third man miss.
And he trips.
He is the new best punt returner of all time. Don't let him catch another pass on offense. Don't waste your time. Let that man return punts.
Yeah.
You heard him here from JB Jakes. Move over, Devin Hester.
Yeah, this guy's amazing.
There's a new punt returner in town.
He looks like a golden retriever that just learned to run, is the thing. He's just bouncing all over the place.
His Airbud.
He's got the tennis ball in his mouth for the first time, and he knows he's supposed to be doing
Yeah.
something, but he hasn't quite
He kinda
figured it out yet.
flop to him.
But you know he's having a good time while he's doing
He
it.
has that you can literally see his
Catch
thrill.
balls.
He's smiling his ass off.
Hands the ball off to
Ooh.
Isaiah Pacheco, and he gets mollywopped by a handful of Philadelphia Eagles.
Boy, I feel like Pacheco would never know if he's even hurt. Like he just bounces up and literally would be that person that gets up and says, "I'm not hurt," and then just collapses.
Christian Ellis laying the lumber for the Philadelphia Eagles on that play. 2nd and 9, 1-score game, 11 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock. Sync up with us if you are watching live at home or not live. Best to sync up with us. Turn your volume down. Listen to us. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, throws it to the right. Pass is dropped by Rashee Rice, and he's probably not getting another target the rest
He's
of
a
the game.
bum.
This guy stinks. Just kidding. I love you, Rashee Rice, SMU. He went to school 10 and a half minutes from where we are sitting at the moment. So you got to feel cool about that.
He got to date some hot white ladies.
He's got rich parents for sure.
SMU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what they offered his parents to come to school there, yeah.
Did they have
Free
to be
NIL.
hot? They could be hot ladies.
Under the table.
Good chance, SMU.
Yeah.
McKinnon goes in motion into the backfield, drops back to pass. Patrick Mahomes goes it deep down the field to an open man, and guess who it is? This guy has been breaking the game. It's not Travis Kelce. It's Justin Watson.
Jamie, I love how you reached for your phone for a half a second like you didn't know who it was.
He had forgotten, yeah. No, dude, I think your theory about they just like literally watch the film and they're like, all right, everybody, 2 guys on Kelsey, let this guy go. And turns out this guy can catch the ball when he's,
You live by the blitz.
relatively open.
He's getting a lot of separation.
Yeah.
He's not a tight
But I
end,
mean,
is
there
he?
was
He's a wide
also a heavy blitz, so you're one-on-one coverage, and that's a lot of traffic for 21 to sort through.
Yeah, Sidney Brown on the coverage there. Oh, Kadarius Toney's in there. There you go. the pass is to Isaiah Pacheco. Gain of 1 on the play. Hey, Kadarius Toney. That's the wave we ride with Kadarius Toney. Elite play, almost to elite play, and then just injury, out for 3 games. Great pass by Patrick Mahomes.
I guess perfect. When you're Philly, like I say, when you have to live with that blitz, and
yeah. 2nd and 8. Still a 1-score game. Feels like the Chiefs are dominating, but they're up by 3 points. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, throws it.
Sky Moore.
Sky Moore with it feels like
The
his first.
Philadelphia
I'm telling
defense
you,
is
the
playing
Chiefs
really
are
well.
dancing.
I mean, this is a 1-score game. The Philadelphia defense is.
They are forcing.
It feels like they've been on the field for 75% of the game.
the problem is that they've gotten them the 3rd down. It's just they cannot get the Kansas City off the field after 3rd
The
down.
last drive was, I believe, a 12 or 13 play drive that was ended by a
Fumble.
turnover on a fumble.
But it's like they just can't make it a quick 3 and out. It's like a
Yeah, they drag it on.
3rd and 4 for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass, throws it up over the middle to Justin Watson, and another kind of sketchy ball over the middle,
wow.
overthrow. It can be easily picked. I'll say that.
It is rainy. We'll keep giving him that. Poncho watches hot, but like still, he's had some throws that are
That's a confident Q. That's an overconfident QB throw. That's a we're gonna make this happen.
Or maybe he recognizes there isn't a safety over the top and he can put that ball a little bit high because it's Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, it's raining. I'll say that. It's raining. And that's going to be a punt. And Eagles are going to get the ball back. Feels like they need to force the ball down deep to A.J. Brown. Punt is up in the air.
11 punts inside the 20.
Tommy Townsend.
Oh, no!
Justin Watson.
The gunner on the play, was on the corner of the field for no reason. That's where you don't need to be because if the ball goes in that direction, it's a coffin corner. Instead, the ball
bounces inside.
Bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So unfortunate if you're a Chiefs fan and you have the under.
It's great.
But if you're an Eagles fan who has the over, that has no chance of hitting.
Yeah, that was what I say, dude.
That was a dumb bet you made.
No.
31, dude.
Why did you take
56.
the market? Why did you take market at least?
I'm saying he's at 31 currently.
I was just
Yes.
really psyched when I saw the matchup on paper, and I just wrote 54. So
You
I-
wrote 54?
yeah, I did it. to
You
myself.
chose that fate?
I did. Yeah, my boss.
This
tied
is a
with me.
very new development, I feel like. I
Just
feel like
happens.
you were presented 54
Oh,
in the
boy.
original.
No, that's how I made it sound.
Jalen Hurts 9 of 15 for a very nice 69 yards.
Nice.
69, nice.
Not nice in the fourth quarter, but hey, here we
Always
are.
nice.
Oh,
wow.
play action, ball tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Pipe down.
Will that be
McDuffie on the pass breakup. He jumps on the ball just in case there's a fumble.
Or a
It's
backwards
not-
pass.
Yeah,
That was that. It seems weird. I don't understand like what Philadelphia has done this like now like three straight opening drives now. It's like it's worked with Devontae Smith like a couple of times, but
I think the weather is. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
the
did.
wind and the rain is really affecting the
We did
quarterbacks
see
in
the
league.
wind was not a
You
factor
can
on
see
that
the
last
shots.
football. I do think it is the wet.
We just saw it on that kickoff, though.
It is coming.
Oh, yeah. The
Okay.
wind's picked up. Screen pass to Swift.
go.
A lot of space, and he
That
avoids Chris Jones, gets the ball up to the 40-yard line, and that is a spark this Philadelphia offense needs. At the very least, can they flip the field for field position? But the Eagles are thinking, hey, we're not thinking field position. We're thinking touchdown in this drive.
It's go time now.
Oh, it's go time. Great blocking downfield.
Look at Kelsey.
He's
We answer our
plucked
own
two
question
guys.
right there. That is why they keep running the screen.
Yep. Jalen Hurts again in shotgun.
And he
Another
goes
screen.
right back to
Oh, to Julio. Here we go. Gain of 5. Julio
All right.
Jones balling.
I'll take it.
take him
Julio,
out. He's
retire
got to
now.
he's got to get some. He's got to get some. He's
Feels
got to get his
like-
win back. He's got
Feels
to
like
get.
a dad playing basketball with his son. That's Julio Jones. Just
He's saying a lot of,
on the
oh,
side.
yeah, here we go.
Like, all
Okay.
right, I'll get it. I'll
I
get
got
a game, boy.
I would love to see Antonio Brown and Julio Jones on the USA flag football team.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there. That would be fucking sweet. Antonio Brown would
Who's
take
the USA's quarterback if it's the 3 years from now or whatever it is?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning? No way.
Just kidding. I don't know.
Probably
Carson
Patrick.
Wentz.
I could see him being the
All right,
coach.
pipe down.
Sorry, bringing up Carson Wentz in front of you. Anyways, Jalen Hurts rolls out to the right, throws it into the turf.
Ugly
Oh.
throw.
Throwaway. Just a throwaway.
Yeah.
To still.
Third manageable.
Definitely.
Why would he not have
Philly,
taken that short
the
route?
brotherly
throw there?
shove is always an option. So
On third and
you're looking
5?
at a 3rd and 3, really. That's how Nick Sirianni's thinking.
Yeah.
You got to think aggressively. There's 8 minutes left. You have 4 tries here.
So you're-
You're not punting
So
the ball.
you're saying this is 4 down. That this was a play
It's
that's
3rd and manageable. If this
Yeah.
play doesn't, they're
they're gonna run it
They're
and
gonna
then
run it, and if it comes down to it, put the gun in the mouth. Brotherly shove.
See, that looked like I feel like that was an intended pass. Like it looked really close to
Do you think?
him.
I thought it was a throwaway to me.
It looked like he had the
Yeah,
inside
people-
position.
Jalen Hurts drops back to
game.
pass 3rd and 5. Big play here.
Yeah.
Throws it up over the middle. He's going to get his man.
Wow.
The Heisman Champion Award winning Devontae Smith on the reception.
and what
Undisputed.
concentration because that ball was tipped and he had to.
Was
adjust.
it? I didn't see
I
that.
missed the tip.
Wow.
That was Nick.
We'll see the
It was
replay.
Nick.
Not gonna show.
Well, we're not going to see the tip.
Slim Reaper, though.
Because it's coming.
Here we go.
Not
Oh,
Not
I thought it was.
tip.
I saw the hand on the side. It looked like it was.
An optical illusion.
Yeah.
it does happen. I thw I
Get
fumbled
through
earlier.
you, Ryan.
107 yards. Yeah, it was a guy's foot.
Already.
Jalen Hurts drops back to pass. Big deep. I bet it's AJ Brown. It's not. It's Devontae Smith. Let's fucking go on the 1 yard line. Oh,
Are we gonna tush push into the end zone? Is it
Do
gonna
it.
be? Is
You got
it the
4
tush?
shots in the chamber.
I think we might, Ryan Perrio. We got 4 opportunities. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think they're only gonna need
Be
1.
randomly a touchdown. Shit.
Oh.
Wow.
Shit, I needed that.
Well, and that's why here we go.
You know
Tush
what's
push.
coming.
If you are in a 4-point, flag on the play.
though.
It's probably going to be on the defense. If you are in a 4-point passing touchdown league and you're facing Jalen Hurts right now, you're pissed that Devontae Smith didn't find his way into the end zone. Offsides on the defense. Tush push is undefeated. Eagles win. The
It
whole base
almost
is
feels like when you're playing the Eagles, you're playing like your friend or little brother that's playing on a different difficulty on Madden.
Yeah.
Like they can make mistakes and
Those
still,
are some. That was a very interesting
Don't mean-
tattoo choice.
Don't mean to
for the
interrupt
fan.
you. That guy had a whole Sesame Street mural on his
Very
belly.
fat belly.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and
You
just
got
a
the-
reminder, everybody else is wearing like hoodies
That
and
is-
ponchos,
Look how many yards
and
he
he's
That is
just
a-
out there.
That is a guy that's not allowed 100
2
feet
or
within a
3.
school. That is uncomfortable. It is a hilarious but uncomfortable tattoo if you see that at school somewhere.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
So Jason Kelsey literally put his helmet on
You see that?
snowplow style, back of his neck, snowplow into the end zone.
Wow.
Kick is up, kick is good.
But
6:20 on the clock. Go ahead, Ryan.
is this too much time for the Philadelphia Eagles to leave Kansas City, who has been taking long drives?
They're not going to run an extra 6 minutes off the clock. What were you going to say, Paxton? Paxton was going to talk?
Yeah,
Was the tattoo on the belly stretched out? Like, did he get it when he was way younger? Or was
No,
it stretched?
I think he got it
This was
pre-stretched. Yeah.
That's
Because it was color and the colors were vibrant.
It looked pretty new. Like
It looked pretty new.
Hey guys, find that guy.
Go
He's-
ahead, guy.
Yeah, so if Kansas City scores a touchdown here, 4 minutes left or 3:30, and then Philly scores a touchdown, my over hits because it's closer to 46.
So you're saying there's still a chance?
Yeah. You guys have been drowning me
Floyd
this whole
Christmas over
time.
here.
And we're 6 minutes left in the game, and it can happen.
Hey, if you hit your over,
14?
I'm going to buy Wendy's tonight,
Oh, man, you don't have to do that.
just for me. And then-
or Taco Bell. Since we'll bring it back full circle on the show.
Taco
Can we get a Taco Bell
I'll buy you
sponsorship?
Taco Bell.
Oh, Jamie, you
I
get
got the
to.
three.
What is your
risk
Taco
of
Bell of choice,
cracking
guy?
my spine while I have
Whatever
Taco Bell
$5
tonight.
box they have at the time.
That's
Okay.
exactly my order.
Chicken quesadilla, 4 pieces of Cinnabon bites. I don't have to eat them, but they're there.
Here's my one problem with
Baja
Taco
Blast.
Bell.
Your
Is
one
they
problem?
don't have like ice cream options. If they had an ice cream option
Mm.
and I'm intoxicated in such fashion that makes me go to Taco Bell, I want ice cream as well.
They used to carry the Choco
So-
Taco or Choco Taco.
You have like an
Chocolate
inner
Taco,
child when you're
yeah.
drunk. Like you want ice cream. Like you want a dessert.
Okay, I can't. I preface that a little too much. It's not just when I'm intoxicated in any fashion.
You guys like ice cream, is what he's trying to say.
I diet and work out so I can still have ice cream every night. I'm probably pre-diabetic. We have no idea.
Well, if you're fasting all day and then working out, that should provide enough insulin sensitivity for you well into your 40s. You should be good.
That's enough of a doctor's opinion that I need.
Not my area of expertise. Can't even say that I claim to
I'm going to
provide
write
diet
that
advice
opinion.
in Texas. So.
You may want to caption "not a doctor" on that statement.
No, technically a doctor, not within my scope of practice
Yeah.
to recommend dieting advice. But I am a certified CrossFit coach, or I have a CrossFit level 1, and they say that I can provide diet advice. So that's not a doctor advice, it's a CrossFit level 1 coaching.
I'm writing on that for 40 years, not going
So-
to a doctor ever because I'm terrified.
If you know how
Don't
much
do it.
salad you need to eat to flip a tire, ask Jamie.
Seth Miles.
So close.
Can I have that? Can I have that?
If Jalen
That's
just
really
had
good.
a little bit more throw on that ball, Paxton's fantasy team would be
I know.
sitting easy right now.
I know. I'm going to hunt him down.
Jalen Stone Cold Killer. He wanted his revenge after the Super
Jesus
Bowl.
H. Christ.
He left the Chiefs Super Bowl with him in the background as his screensaver on his iPhone. And
That's
now
cold.
Here
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
I might have made the iPhone part up, but there was some sort of like picture that he hung up
That's-
somewhere.
Well, I think he was the last to leave. Like he was the last to leave the
That's Scorsese taxi driver shit.
What's even
He was saying some crazy shit to people behind closed doors.
Swayze?
No,
Jalen?
Jalen.
Hurts?
Yes.
I don't get it.
It was
but
different.
anyways, Patrick Mahomes hands off to Isaiah Pacheco, getting back to what's been working,
Ooh,
but it doesn't work on that play.
ate some ass there.
Yeah, he got munched up. In the-
Angry ass right there. That's what.
That was trucker ass right there. Just that.
I mean, according to this stat, they're on board or on pace to get a touchdown with their remaining points of the night.
I have 404 tabs open on my Safari app.
Jesus H.
Wow, dude.
Patrick Mahomes passes.
I get mad when I'm above
The
like
flags.
50 or 60. I'm like, I need to close some of this shit.
It's never been a problem until this exact moment.
How hot is your phone?
I feel like Jamie wants to like invade Patrick Mahomes' home while he's asleep and subliminally say, Rasheed Rice. Rasheed
Oh.
Rice.
Jamie's trying to get tested for cancer.
Play out Yankovic's rice, baby.
That was Jalen Carter on the tackle. That's why he was taken down so violently, for the record.
Here we go.
Oh, and that's going to be offside. Oh, boy. On the good old-fashioned defense.
Brandon Graham.
Brandon Graham jumps
Veteran.
off.
Big mental mistake right there.
You like
Well, it's what you expect out of somebody who played for Michigan. 15th year in the NFL.
Wasn't he Tennessee?
He looks nervous.
He's a dog. It's okay.
Not according to the Eagles roster.
Okay.
You must be misremembering.
Wow.
False start on the offense.
Hold on, Jamal.
False start on the offense.
So what
Andy
happened was
Reid is
Brandon
shocked.
Graham got back behind the line of scrimmage
Then he
in time for the tackle to react. And so nope, that's a bad call. Should be on the defense.
Yeah, they called Creed Humphrey on it too originally.
Oh, I don't care. Give us that. I'll take it.
Yep. So Eagles get away with one there.
We needed one. They fucked us earlier.
Did they? Remind me?
Oh, I
Really
forgot.
even
I just
penalty
kept the
yards
mental
tonight.
tally.
I don't remember y'all getting fucked, but I believe you for the sake of the stream.
We'll say the Darius Slay PI was.
Patrick Mahomes drops back,
That's what it was.
rolls out to the left. He's going to get hit.
Oh!
Try and do a weird Madden lob to his intended
Target
target.
more like NBA 2K to be
There's
honest.
He was
There-
like windmill dunk.
There used
Yeah.
to be a tweet like of an old like early Madden-esque college football game where the guy was getting tackled. He's literally
Yeah.
like this and he throws it 99 yards on a rope to the receiver.
Yeah.
They were like, that's Patrick Mahomes.
Pass knocked down. McKinnon on the target.
But
Great coverage.
Oof.
he is absolutely Brett Favre incarnate. Like that is a Brett
Oh,
Favre
yeah.
play.
No, I think Josh Allen is Brett Favre incarnate, just because he's leading the NFL in interceptions and touchdowns this season. Punt is in the air, and the tax accountant's back to return the kick, and he advances it to the 45-yard line. Another mass. This is like,
Ooh.
I think who was it? Miles who said earlier. This feels like a special teams game.
Very much so. Yeah.
Brendan
Boy.
Covey versus the now injured Kadarius Toney. It's a battle back and
What is
forth.
the injury with Darius Toney?
I just saw him on his knee. I assume he's out for the rest of the season. I don't know. I
There was a
might be reading into that a little bit too much, but
I wish
you
they'd
know.
replay that punt return because it looked like at the end of that punt return, there were two Chiefs that really got cleaned out on the sidelines, like in the airborne, upside down, cleaned out.
Okay, so now the Eagles have the lead.
I feel like the Eagles need to play with more variations of the tush push, like fake tush
They
push
do.
scenarios.
They do. They've initiated.
They've been
some-
trickling
They've
them
done a
in.
couple of them, but I think they could get more out of it.
Designed run for Jalen Hurts. He's got a lot of space. He's going to go slide on down for a gain of 9, and it's going to run the clock.
See, I don't understand why more teams don't do the quarterback run with the slide because they can't like knock the ball because as soon as he slides, he can't be touched.
Yeah.
And if they do,
It's like a
big
free-
penalty.
It's almost like taking a knee, but with
Kelsey
40 yards.
on the lead block again. He's
He's a dog.
snapping and then pulling and then knocking fools' heads off. That's
Sexiest
crazy.
You're also
man
still running
alive.
the risk of like just a loose cannon taking him out and injuring your quarterback anyways.
Drew Tranquil takes the brunt of the Jason Kelsey Fury. We got another one.
Kush is
coming.
number
You
2, I
know
believe.
it's coming. You just can't do anything
You
to
literally
stop it.
can't stop it.
You can't.
That's
stop
how
it.
he
Literally
kind
can't
of
stop it.
fell all the way to the left. He kind of ran.
But
a
it's still
little
got plenty.
No, get up, buddy. You're
He
all right.
literally is indestructible.
He's giving his heart out. It's crazy.
Jason Kelsey, who we're talking about.
Hopefully not too early. That's the thing. Is
It's
that's
inspiring to see the gray hair.
that
under
play
the
is
beard,
worrying
too.
because of that factor. It does put a lot of strain on a focal point of your offense.
I think they have an older brother, Brian Kelsey, who's kind of a social media sensation because he's the Kelsey that lives at home with his
Little
mom.
Jackson Mahomes.
It's awesome. Jalen Hurts pointing at somebody, getting the snap away just in time. Handoff awkwardly
Ooh.
slow again to Swift. He's going to
Keep
lose
seeing that.
2 yards on the play.
Just
That looked like
another one of those-
it looked like the Eagles or the Chiefs kind of jumped early, and the Eagles were like thinking the whistle was going to blow because they all just kind of stopped in unison.
Yeah, it was just another one of those plays where the Eagles' offensive lines just gave up again.
Look how
They're so cute together. Have you guys ever listened to their podcast?
Yeah, I listen to clips of their podcast pretty regularly.
I hear it's pretty good, from what I understand.
They have great chemistry together. Obviously, they're very funny.
Yeah.
It's a good listen.
Clock down to 3:21. Jalen Hurts drop back to pass this time. 2nd and 12. Rolls out to the left. He's probably going to slide.
Big
Flag.
in the backfield.
He's going to try and he's going to run out of bounds, stop the clock. He doesn't give a fuck. But that's going to be a hold, and that's going to be rather consequential to the rest of this drive because clock management wise, dude, just hand it off 2 more times. Jordan Mailata called for the hold. Man is 6'8".
AJ Brown got like 2 receptions.
Feels
one
like
reception, 8 yards.
Is that it?
That's it. Because he hadn't been the only other time he was targeted, he was out of the end zone.
Or that flare pass.
So that was on Mailata. Did not look like a hold from that angle. Let's see this angle. It'll be 68 here.
Got outside for
yeah,
it.
definitely a hold. Good call.
Getting ready for that choke slam. It looked like.
Yeah, we couldn't see the left hand from that first angle. Yeah, great call. Definitely a hold. Poncho
Watch back on.
How many ponchos we seen?
2 maybe.
Seven
Now,
at least.
those are just trash bags. Those people are saying.
Bar liners.
Are you talking about the fans or what they're wearing? Anyways, Jalen runs to the right. He's going to
No.
slide down for a loss on the play. Tranquil, I think, is going to get
A
the
sack.
sack. No, it's going to go down as a loss. It's going to go down for a run.
Yeah.
And a loss on for Jalen and his stats.
Interesting. Using the timeout here.
Yeah, so they are just thinking clock here at this moment. It'll be 3rd and 23. Feels like they're not going to push the ball down the field here.
Do they fall into the trap that the Bears did yesterday with trying to just run a little bit of time off and it just not running enough clock off the.
There's been some really weird clocky things going on in the NFL lately, but the Chiefs are down a touchdown essentially.
I think that was collectively our biggest loss from the gambling podcast was that the Detroit Lions struggled
Didn't cover
to
and
pull off that win.
you know what? I got a miracle on my teaser because I got a teaser at 3.5, and that safety at the very end of the game
Saved
tipped it over for me.
Wild.
So I hit my teaser with
Congrats.
the Vikings, yeah, who also covered.
Oh,
Swift on the screen.
No.
Most predictable play they could have run, but it kind of almost worked.
Drew Tranquil with a great open field.
Yeah,
stop.
Tranquil, honestly, with maybe a touchdown saving tackle there.
Or at least
Felt
the first
like-
day, or at least a game saving because that first down would have then been.
Yeah, that was a massive tackle because after that, we'll see from this angle how much room DeAndre Swift has on this route. Oh, boy, Alberta.
Up to the 40.
Yeah, he had maybe one man to beat. Mike Edwards looked like he was keeping an eye on him, but oh boy, that was a great.
Would have been like 4th and 3.
Does he have blood on his neck protector thing, or is
No,
it
it says
sweating eye black.
yeah, it's his
eye
eye
black?
stuff.
I'm colorblind, so all blood looks black to me, so I can't tell the difference.
Really?
Punt is in the air and returned. Oh, and he finally gets taken
Good,
out.
Finally.
Kadarius Toney back in the game despite his season-ending injury. Josh Jobe on the
I
tackle.
feel like that's the case where we're going to see the reason why Tony's probably going to end up hurt at some point. That you got to take that fair catch there, dude. He's got a clear you're about to get nailed.
When you're the Devin Hester
Look how much space he has.
Look how dirty his pants are, and look how white that guy's pants are. He does what he wants when he returns the ball.
Well, also the gunner has not been involved in many plays yet this game. That's also a factor. But Joe makes the play there. So we're not going to go to a commercial break despite my need to pee. We are going to wait till the 2-minute warning here. Patrick Mahomes drops back into his own end zone. He's going to roll out to the left. He's going to throw the ball to Rashee Rice.
Another big play for Rashee Rice.
For a gain of 4. But
move in the right direction when you need to be moving in the right direction, though.
that's exactly right. So
And giving yourself space out of that end zone.
So that was a big punt. We didn't talk about that enough. Deep in their own zone with less than 3 minutes left. Patrick Mahomes throws out to Justin Watson.
The interesting play calls. It looked like Patrick Mahomes doing Gangnam Style, like the little hand thing.
Was that the check?
hand sign? It was like a little.
Whoa.
I think we're going to find out that Patrick Mahomes is just starting to have some vision problems. He thinks he's targeting Kelsey, but he's seeing a 4 and a 7. They're mixing up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're gonna see next week the numbers on the jerseys are going to be printed larger.
Yeah. Or Justin Watson is just not going to be on the field.
I do think that we're seeing again when you have a player like Kelsey, it takes away.
Rashee Rice goes in motion. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. 3rd and 2. Big 3rd and 2. And Travis Kelce
as I'm complimenting him.
drops it. Your fault. Despite your perfect face, despite your perfect beard, your brother's more sexy than you are, and he's showing why. By being
alligator armed it even.
Legitimately. I mean,
Yeah, dude.
Shades of Patrick Creighton in 2017.
Wow.
Kevin Byard sort of on the coverage. He'll get credited with the pass breakup. Not his thing. 4th and 2 for the game here, boys. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. Throws it up over the middle. Caught.
That's a catch.
Travis Kelce goes right back to him after a
Redemption.
bad drop, after a bad fumble. If it wasn't for Travis Kelce and his stupid ass, Chiefs would be winning this game. Patrick Mahomes gets the ball snapped before the
First
2-minute
down,
warning.
He's free.
Throws it up over the middle, off platform,
Another Kelsey is starting to show up here at the
over
last
the
10
middle.
minutes.
His route for every play this game so far, flag on the play. His route for every play this game has been go run somewhere in the middle and find a hole in the zone.
Yep. And to be,
roughing the passer.
that's
Cox
not
gets
good.
called for roughing the passer, plus 15. The script writers are still I didn't see the hit, but the script writers still
Come on.
making themselves a part of this game.
This is going to be questionable because he
2-minute
was.
warning. Ooh, that was bullshit.
That's a clean hit, dude.
His feet weren't even on the ground from throwing the ball. He threw a jump pass. His feet weren't even on the ground. Cox just kind of stood there and took a pick.
Jamie, you're forgetting. Patrick put his hands up.
He did put his
He did
hands
that,
up.
yeah. He did.
I'm so furious. I'm going to go pee about
Now,
it.
I've been saying this on this podcast multiple times now. You cannot have a game this violent and make all these rules to protect people. Just admit that it's violent. Admit that people are going to get hurt. Admit that we're going to have CTE problems.
That's wild.
And let them fucking hit the quarterback because that is
He would have
bullshit.
slowed down. Like any other quarterback would not have gotten that pass off like Mahomes does.
Yeah. Well,
So if he would have slowed down, then he wouldn't have hit any of the other quarterbacks in the league. So like you can't adjust like that.
Also, I really can't think of any quarterback in the league that's suffering from CTE that we talk about. It's always the running backs, the wide receivers, and the middle linebackers.
Because they don't flag that contact. They only flag the QB. Like the QB is sacred.
they're so protected. Yeah. It just feels like there's too many rules. Like I'm not saying I want people gunning for each other. I think the idea of like putting on like a bounty is bullshit. But like ultimately, play violent games, have violent game results, and let it
If it's
be.
close like that.
Yeah,
If
especially
it's close like that, just let it. It's got to be blatant.
Well, and one of you made a really great point earlier, dude. I'm surprised we haven't seen it. I guarantee you at some point you're going to. Somebody is going to find a way to exploit that quarterback slide rule so that you can make 3 yards anytime you need it,
Mhm.
just like the tush push. If you get
Yeah.
contact,
Yeah,
it'll be a
yeah.
penalty.
Yep.
And if you don't, you'll be able to easily make 2.5, 3 yards off
Can't
of it.
stop it because you can't touch the QB once he
Right.
goes into his slide.
It'll be,
Like
well,
two-
So they're supposed to mark them where they initiate the slide. Now, where you initiate a slide is, in my opinion, rather subjective. But you're right, that could be the next back shoulder throw where basically you are baiting a penalty over, or an underthrown ball. You're basically baiting a penalty over hoping that the play is successful.
You're playing into the rules, which you can't blame anybody for doing. But at the same time, it's definitely a don't hit the player, hit the game sort of situation. But NFL, you're kind of making the game really easy to hate when you call bullshit like that. Especially on a game this close, man. You should not be giving the Chiefs an extra 15 fucking yards on this play right now. That's insanely bullshit.
The rules is the rules. 168 yards rushing, 168 yards passing. That's crazy for the Chiefs. That's equal. Anyways, Patrick Mahomes rolls out to pass. He is going to throw deep to nobody, almost intercepted. Left it a little bit too much space in bounds. Sidney Brown in that neck of the woods. Oh, okay. From that angle, I'm going to take back what I said. He put his forehead. You couldn't see it from this angle.
The head
looks like forehead's in his shoulder pad. From the other angle, forehead gets into Patrick's face mask. So I'm going to take back what I said.
I still stand by what I said.
Okay.
That's a hit. That's what football is.
Rasheed Rice going in motion. You feel like it's not going to him, the rookie. It's going to go deep to somebody else. And that somebody else is wide open. And Patrick Mahomes
no.
hits MVS in two hands. He drops it. He drops the game-winning catch.
Slow down about that one.
Slow down about what?
I mean, it's pretty
You might want
timeouts.
You might want to fake an injury there, Marcus. You might want to just sit there and lay there for a little bit and say you hurt your ankle or something, because I don't know if you want to go back to that huddle.
Yeah, get up slow, bud. Holy.
Go to the sidelines.
Oh my God, Patrick Mahomes looked like he overthrew him, but I guess to MVS's credit, he finds a way to get under the ball. Not to MVS's credit, two hands on the ball, misses it. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. Rolls out, and he's going to get hit, and he's going to throw the ball away out of bounds. Doesn't meet the line of scrimmage, which means that's going to be intentional grounding. That's going to be a sack effectively, and that's going to be clock moving. Chiefs will be forced to burn their last time out.
Clock's not moving.
It will be.
That was third down, right? That was third down?
Yep, lost it down 15
So it'll
yards.
be fourth down. The Chiefs will have the ball unless they accept the runoff associated with this, which I believe is 10 seconds. So they will have 0 timeouts left. And that's what I was kind of talking about earlier. This Chiefs offense, because of their lack of – they're going to spike it. They can't spike it.
They can't. 4th and 20.
Yeah. So they're going to call a timeout. But the Chiefs, they don't have the weapons downfield. That's a Tyreek touchdown all game. You're on to the next one with 8 wins.
You could say Tyreek. You could say Sammy Watkins. You could say
Patriots homeboy from the Steelers.
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
That's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Mecole Hardman even maybe.
All better wide receivers. All better wide receivers.
That's an intentional ground. He threw the ball in the grass, but he was outside the tackle box, but it didn't reach the line of scrimmage. So
4th and 25, which means Travis Kelce is going to have to run 25 yards down the middle of the field to even get the first down on this play. Unless they run like a hook and ladder, maybe that's what they're looking for here. MVS, man, you got to catch that ball.
Yeah, that's a big miss, dude. How much does he get paid?
Not that much.
Not that much, but still, this is the only team that reached out to
$8 million
you.
this year, I think.
So say say not that much.
But I mean, when
million.
But when he left the Packers, this was the only team that came calling, thinking, he's one of those guys that's a speed freak, and you just think you can unlock his hands with the right QB, and it just hasn't.
Turns out he already had the right QB.
Yeah. They could really still impress me with a good 5 figures.
What's that?
Yeah.
Or Miles said, you can't say that he doesn't make a whole lot and even make 6 figures. And I said, you can still impress me with a good 5.
Yeah.
A good 5 figures?
Yeah, for sure.
Like in the 80s, once you get up into the 80s, that's impressive. Yeah.
Really
I agree.
nice. Solo?
It's a lot
good
of money.
job, buddy.
Yeah, 80 grand's a fuck ton of money.
That's a lot of money, dude.
I would say probably 90 grand, 100 grand is even more of a fuck ton of money.
I mean, that's just basic math, yeah.
But 80, you're definitely getting there, at least in Dallas.
Some even say that 80 is
the new 69.
The new 100.
Exactly.
Inflation. Anyways, This game's still alive. Patrick Mahomes dropping back to pass, 4th and 25. Not a lot of pressure. Throws it deep, and it's almost caught. Honestly, Justin Watson, I think.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
Hit him in both hands, incomplete. Eagles win.
You gotta feel for Patrick Mahomes right there. That look on his face kind of said it all. He just hit 2 of his receivers,
25
in the
plus
hands,
yards down the field for
and
game-winning receptions.
both of them dropped it.
Yep, and that is the life of being a franchise quarterback in the NFL.
Especially with a record-breaking contract. When your contract makes up almost half of the payroll, that's
Deservingly so.
deservedly so.
Yeah.
But again, it's on the GM.
It is on the GM. I feel like there's quarterback hubris with certain teams. Now, I think we're seeing it with the Chiefs. I think we've seen it with the Packers in the past, where they're just like, granted, Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, but later on in their careers, they're like, oh, we can just rely on this guy to just create magic for us every single game.
He can elevate the
not
players.
sustainable. Anyways, thank you for watching. This has been What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am him. Please subscribe to the channel. We are going to come out with our gambling podcast, maybe some power rankings on Tuesday night. Stay tuned for that. Sitting to my right, Mr. Miles Francis at Mr. Most Days Off. What do you got to tell him?
You can check me out everywhere online at Mr. Most Days Off, and I will be at the Addison Improv opening for Zach Webb this Wednesday night. So come and check that out. Hit me up if you want to come for free.
That will be a good time. Those Addison Improv shows are a fun time. I've been to them. I've seen it. Paxton Bailey, P. Bailey _comedy on things. Dingbat District podcast on YouTube.
That's a clarification error that's my fault. It's actually Dingbat District Pod on Instagram, all one word.
I was saying on YouTube. Anyways, go ahead. Tell them, Paxton Bailey, what do you got to tell them?
Dingbat District Podcast on YouTube. Jamie is right. Thank you. It's got an Instagram page now. Follow it. Like I was saying, Dingbat District Pod. A lot of awesome episodes are about to come out this next week and then on out. I've got one with Jamie and our friend Anthony Ramos coming out in
Good one.
2.5 weeks from now, I believe.
We have one out on the channel. I wouldn't recommend it. Wait.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah, honestly,
Ring the bell.
As the publisher, you can wait.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, Paxton Bailey, for being on the casting couch with me tonight. Ryan Perrio, all the way to my right, I believe, at Ryan Perrio on all platforms. You want to follow him at? What do you got to tell him, Ryan?
I will be at the Dallas Comedy Club Saturday night, November 26th for the potluck show. And then the following weekend, I'll be at Dallas working with DJ Deemers all weekend long.
Brilliant. Thank you for coming, as always. And Guy Pearty on all social media platforms. We're not going to tell you how to spell it. Idiots, figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be with my family on Thursday for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the family.
Yep. And then next week, I'm actually going to be at work.
Okay.
And then the following week, I'll also be at work. But then I'm going to be
what a plug. Y'all show up.
Yeah.
To work
yeah.
and family dinner. Actually, that would be
Call my
If you like
live stream your family's Thanksgiving. That'd be actually something I really want to watch.
Yeah, it's just going to be me and 4 other chairs. So
No one else there?
that's right.
Oh.
Which one of you is the racist uncle?
Are you like
You don't say.
I'm
Well,
all-
hey, man,
Yeah.
if you want to, if you're actually serious when you're saying that, if you want to come hang out with us, I'm going to invite you without consulting my girlfriend.
Yeah, don't tell her about it. I think she'd be. Oh, coming on Thanksgiving. No, I actually do have plans, but I wish I was alone again.
That's right.
Anyways, thank you all for coming. Thank you for tuning in. Fly, Eagles, fly.
That's right.
Jalen Hurts.
Big win.
Bask in the
Number
victory.
1.
Bask in the victory. You still got a 2-game lead in the division.
Undisputed.
Is what they say. Yeah, Eagles have not really slipped up, and neither has this podcast ever in its history, including tonight. Thank you for watching. We'll see you Tuesday night. Good night.
Wow.